All right, guys, we are back for probably one of the last parts of UBW. It's crazy. I didn't really talk about it much in the last one, but I might talk about it more at the end of like my thoughts on like the whole Shiro and Archer thing. But it just went by a lot faster than I was expecting. Like I thought that 30-minute episode was going to be like an hour-long episode. So yeah. With that being said, yeah, we're almost towards the end, so let's just jump into it. Shiro, are you alright? Wait, Archer, what's with that wound? She follows her sudden arrival with a torrent of questions. It seems Lancer saved Tosaka as he promised, but Tosaka's energy takes the power out of me. Does she want to check on my safety, or is she angry about Archer's wound? Man, I really am soft-hearted. If she'd been more cruel, I wouldn't have returned to my old self. He talks sarcastically, but his voice only contains warmth. After looking at Tosaka once, the knight in red steps back as if to exit the stage. Well, the match is settled. A hero called Emiya cannot stay here now that he has approved of you. The loser should leave right away. Without saying goodbye to Tosaka, huh? His wound is deep, and he has no master. He will disappear here, and he will return to the original place as a heroic spirit. Oh, what? What? It happens in an instant. It is a fatal attack that takes the opening in me, as I relax after seeing Tosaka. Several swords are called forth. The rain of swords come down to pierce Emiya Shiro's body, and I fall. I'm pushed back and I fall on my butt. I'm pushed back about a meter. In front of me, my broken limbs cannot support my body, and I do not have the power to get back up. Oh, okay. And so, I can only look up at myself that got skewered in front of me. Who is it? Saber's scream cuts open the silence. She is looking at the second floor, on top of the crumbled stairs. I have enjoyed it, indeed. It was a pitiful battle, one befitting a pair of fakes. Archer! 10 years, huh, Saber? I was going to see you earlier, but my plans have changed. Unexpected things kept on happening, and things are going against my will. Servant Gilgamesh, the one to defeat Berserker, and the one who killed Iliasville. He turns aside Saber's glare and looks down at me and the skewered Archer. Well, do you understand now? That is the strength of the real thing. No matter how well you imitate its shape and its power, it is still only an imitation. It does not even approach the radiance of the real one. He raises his hand. It's as if he is ordering his soldiers. I cannot even stand to look at a counterfeit that a faker has created. You piece of trash. You have nothing real within you. An imitation made by copying people should be turned into junk. He shoots numerous noble phantasms. The unavoidable rain pours down. There are about 30 of them. I couldn't dodge or block them even if I was in perfect condition. Clouds of dust spring up. The shower of swords tears apart the already ruined hall. But even in the midst of the chaos, I see it. The red cloak flies. Still skewered, he runs to me and pushes me once again. I'm pushed away from the red figure. His eyes are telling me, you defeat him. That's as long as I defeated Archer, and as long as I want to be a superhero, I must defeat him. The clouds of dust fill my vision. The red cloak sinks inside the rubble. But I see it before he disappears. His eyes are filled with confidence. That servant is no match for us, Emiya Shiro. Neither Saber nor Tosaka will be the one to defeat him. My own self is telling me that Emiya Shiro is the natural enemy of that servant. My vision clears up. Dust is in the air and the rubble is piled up high. There's nothing else. The knight in red disappeared underneath the rubble. Oh, I'm surprised, Archer. You had enough to spare to save someone else in that situation. His sarcastic words contain some scorn. The man smiles in satisfaction as he looks down at the hall filled with Archer's blood. Silence falls. Gilgamesh is the most powerful being here. Anyone that moves will follow Archer's fate. Even Saber is silent, wondering how best to attack the enemy. But whose permission did you get to attack my Archer? With Archer's death, Tosaka has lost her composure. Light runs across space. Pure destructive force, magical energy released from the jewel without any processing. He does not even dodge it. He isn't even scratched. I was going to kill that dying kid first, but it seems that order has changed, woman. He orders the swords behind him to carry out Tosaka's execution. The sword is released at high velocity. Saber runs with surpassing speed and protects her master. Saber! Please, step back, Rin. He is dangerous. He will kill you if you attack him recklessly. Oh, so you are her master now. Fine, then I shall overlook your rudeness. I'll lose one of my pleasures if Saber disappears. Saber glares at the enemy while readying her invisible sword. Why are you here, Archer? You were summoned in the previous Holy Grail War, so why are you here again in this war? That is wrong. I merely stayed in this world after the previous war. What? Ridiculous. Servants should lose connection with this world once the Holy Grail disappears. There's no way you can stay in this world for 10 years. That is not true. The connection with this world is not the Holy Grail, but the Master. The Holy Grail merely opened up the passage. I can stay in this world as long as a Magus provides me with magical energy. But then, there aren't as many Masters that can maintain a servant without help from the Holy Grail. In that regard, my Master did not have enough magical energy. Then it should not have been possible for you to stay in this world. If your Master cannot support a familiar like you, you should be dried up along with your Master. That depends on how one does it. Magi make up lack of a magic circuit with knowledge. In that regard, my Master was exceptional. Was? Then his Master is gone now? No, his Master is Shinji. The fact that he, the man who would not obey anyone, obeyed Shinji is proof of that. Then your Master did the same thing as Ryder's Master. Yes, it is only natural to take away from others if you cannot supply it yourself. But to be honest, I did not need to do such a thing. I am the only servant that the Holy Grail poured on. I have already completed the incarnation 10 years ago. Saber stares at the man in astonishment. Saber hangs her head at the words 10 years ago. Yes, all thanks to you, Saber. I know what that thing is. I was covered in its intestines, and I saw that what existed in it. Then you... Yes, I understood the true identity of the Holy Grail. I decided at that time I will be the only one who will handle it. Saber. No, looking down at all of us, he declares something that is unbefitting for a servant. You will use the Holy Grail? That's right. There's no need for me to share it with a parasite like my Master. I'll use the Holy Grail for my objective. The biggest obstacle, the Summoner, was eliminated. All that's left are pathetic Magi that would be completely unsuited to being the vessel. Such failures are suited for my wish. But then, your flesh might make a perfect Holy Grail. The man looks at Tosaka. Oh. Tosaka must feel the danger as she grows pale and steps back. His red eyes are ominous. One would feel uncomfortable under the weight of that gaze. His eyes are so aberrant that even Tosaka is frightened of them. Ridiculous. The Holy Grail is what the Master obtains. We servants cooperate with our Masters because we cannot obtain it ourselves. That is strange. The servants are the only ones who can touch the Holy Grail, but the Masters are the only ones who can obtain it. But... It's all ridiculous nonsense. The fight for the Holy Grail by 7 Masters, a ritual where the last Master obtains the Holy Grail, that is only an excuse made for outsiders. The summoning of the Holy Grail is already completed. They always call for the 7 servants after the Holy Grail is repaired. Do you understand, King of Knights? They do not want the Holy Grail, but what goes in it. Masters are just circus to summon us. Magi made the Holy Grail, but they cannot prepare its contents. I told you earlier, right? They are the ones that take from others if they cannot supply it themselves. The purest magical energy to fill the Holy Grail. The greatest souls of humanity, the Guardians are what they sought. The 7 servants are sacrifices they prepared. What? Saber looks up at the man in astonishment. His eyes are desperately trying. Her eyes are trying to desperately deny his words. That it isn't even possible. That it isn't possible. She's trying to deny it, saying that what she wished for, the Holy Grail, cannot be such a thing. You should not be surprised. The Holy Grail is a filtration device that turns the soul into pure magical energy. Yes, it should let you grant any wish. It contains more magical energy than a Magus could ever use within its lifetime. That is why it is better for more sacrifices. It should be omnipotent with 6 servants as sacrifices. 5 servants had filled the Holy Grail. 1 more is needed for the omnipotent Grail they sought. Then only the Masters can handle the Holy Grail. If it is a repository of pure magical energy, only Magi can use it. Doesn't that also mean casters could use it? Yes, if the Master is an excellent Magus, it will grant him any wish. You idiot. Such miracles are not given— oh, someone else said that. Such miracles are not given to mere humans. Humans only destroy themselves, no matter how much power they are given. But do not worry, Saber. This Holy Grail is real. If you insert 7 servants in it, it will reach the origin. Origin? Hold on. Then the Holy Grail— could the Holy Grail be— I do not know who it was, but the one who made it was this rule is a genius. But it does not concern me. I have no interest in such a thing. All I am interested in is the Holy Grail's ability to serve as the gate. What? The Holy Grail is a gate? It happened 10 years ago. You opposed me right when I was about to obtain the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail was cut by the Holy Sword, and what poured out burned the town. As I was right underneath the Holy Grail, I was showered with it. I understood the true identity of the Holy Grail at that time. It is worthless. It is worthless, but it does have its uses. Not many weapons are specialized in murder as that. The Holy Grail is fine as is. There is no need to turn it into an omnipotent vessel. Weapon? Are you saying that a weapon is created out of the servants? We are weapons to begin with. That thing has only perfected that. The Holy Grail is a gate to hell. 5.6 billion curses will flow out from it once it is opened. Kotomine did not tell you about it? The Holy Grail is named Angra Mainyu. Angra Mainyu. I don't remember how to pronounce his name. Or all evils of the world. It is mud that will consume every human being like the name states. Angra Mainyu. I think that's the name of the devil in Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism. The leader of the evil that opposes God for many thousands of years. It is an embodiment of the evil in all humans, and it is depicted as a reflected image of all humanity's goodwill. But why is the Holy Grail named after the ancient Persian devil? Then your intention is to— yes, to sweep the humans away. I have no intention of admiring humanity like Kotomine. I only admire beautiful things. This world is enjoyable, but it is incorrigible at the same time. It is an insult to the king for so many wretches to be enjoying life. I do not want to rule over such a world. Are you stupid? What insult to the king? It's meaningless to be the king if all the humans are eliminated. I do not care if they die out. There is no point to their lives if they will end them through their own crimes. I do not want lowlifes. The only ones worth ruling over are those that can survive even the flames of hell. In that respect, they were utter failures. 10 years ago. If such a pitiful blaze will wipe them out, humans truly have become weak. He grins. For the first time, he looks at me, who he said is a failure. I do not know what this all evils of the world is, but it is convenient. It is a reaper that strikes down all humans equally. An endless darkness that is born from humans and kills them. It is an appropriate hound to entrust with the work I should be doing. Gilgamesh raises his hand. Behind him are noble phantasms waiting for the king's orders. Then, let us continue the battle from 10 years ago. A boring lowlife got involved last time, but there will be no such interruptions this time. But then, it seems the worst faker is here. The swords are all pointed at me. I will my broken legs to stand, but they do not move. Damn, I can't even manage to block one of those. So why did Archer leave behind that message? The swords disappear. The golden servant suddenly lowers his arm. After looking up at the ceiling in discomfort, he brushes away the dust on his shoulder. The ashes will dirty me. You escaped death this time, child. Huh? The castle is burning. I don't know who set the fire, but it must be huge. The 3rd floor is burning down and the 2nd floor is caught as well. No, that's not the surprising thing. He really stopped the battle just because he was going to get dirty from the ashes. Are you running away, Archer? I am only changing the location. I have the Holy Grail. It is my policy to finish matters quickly. I shall quickly construct the Holy Grail and open up the gate to hell. His golden hair flutters. Gilgamesh walks to the terrace that isn't even yet burning. You should hurry up if you want to recover it. The Holy Grail this time is a hurriedly constructed defect. All of the contents will spill out if you do not hurry. His stifled laughter echoes through the room, and he leaves the burning castle like that. Sparks are dancing through the room and the ceiling is tinted red. The gorgeous castle shows no traces of what it used to be. The castle without a master crumbles without trace, as if to follow the girl in white. And I think there is a perfect place to end. Oh, we're cutting to Shinji. That's funny. He was stabbed. Lamau. All right, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, we are back. And again, we're nearing the finale, so we're just gonna jump into it. We don't need to talk about anything else. If you're watching episode, like, what, 58 of this, you know what it's about. It's Fate, it's the visual novel, it's Unlimited Blade Works, we're getting into it. Mato Shinji is running through the forest with beast-like breath. He is actually running along a selected route, but his mentality is that of a wanderer. He is running away without aim, so the word wandering is more befitting. Damn, I was so close, and everyone's getting in my way! He pushes the branches aside with one hand and runs while scattering wet dirt. Leaving a trail of blood behind him, Mato Shinji heads to the edge of the forest. He has not treated the wound he received from Lancer. He does not feel his right arm anymore. The wound is inflamed and his arm will not move as though dead. He must not be able to run with only one arm, as he slips and leans against a tree. His dangling right arm is like that of a piece of trash. As soon as he realizes that a part of his body is a useless piece of trash, Mato Shinji starts laughing. The laughter comes out like a racking cough. It hurts. It must be because of the wound that his body is burning hot. In a daze, he imagines one of his arms rotting away. After that, he imagines everyone around him rotting away. Not just one of their arms. He has one arm. All the other idiots should lose both of their arms. He can't stop laughing. With that decision made, the pain becomes bearable. He has a legitimate purpose now. The first thing he would do is collect every possible arm. There will be no exceptions. That's great. I know whose arms I'll get first. The girl that did not become his. Since she is his favorite, he cannot allow her to be superior to him. Yeah, just you wait, Tosaka. I'll make you inferior. Laughing, Mato Shinji raises his head. Huh? When did he appear? His servant is standing right in front of him. You. He looks at his servant in surprise. The golden servant looks down at Mato Shinji as if looking at livestock. You are wounded. That must hurt. And he says something that he does not mean. Mato Shinji's face contorts. Without realizing the true intention of his servant, he glares at the man before him. That must hurt? Whose fault do you think it is? I got hit by Lancer because you're stupid. Don't talk shit when you can't even be my guard dog. With his head on fire, Mato Shinji insults his servant. The golden servant nods, saying this will do. So, Lancer inflicted that wound of yours, huh? Then it must have been him that released that master. Yeah, Tosaka ran away because you were such a slow ass. It makes me want to puke thinking about how I lost to her, to somebody who was almost dead. I see. That is too bad. Why are you so calm? We can't obtain the Holy Grail without Tosaka, right? Damn, everything's ruined because of you. Do you understand what are we going to do? Do not worry. Everything is as planned. The Holy Grail can still be created. The servant's voice contains no emotion. Mato Shinji does not realize that the red eyes aren't looking at him. How? Kodamine said that even if we have the Holy Grail, we can't make it if there's no vessel. That kid's heart is not enough. That won't turn into a Holy Grail unless we connect to it at a magic circuit. Connect it to a magic circuit. Haha, I know how to read. Right? Mato Shinji walks up to his servant and scolds him for his stupidity. The golden servant nods and... There is no problem. There's another master here that can be a vessel. He thrusts his arm. A piercing sound. Mato Shinji never finds out what the sound is. Huh? But he feels something funny in his stomach. Looking down, he sees his servant's arm there. I'm legitimately surprised Gilgamesh would personally rip out Shinji. Like, with Ilya, I feel like that makes a little bit more sense, because she's a little bit of a higher class being than Shinji is. You know what I mean? Shinji's pretty low on the totem pole of existence. Especially with the way he's acting right now. And he also immediately just reached into her heart and ripped it out, whereas he just kind of punched him in the stomach, you know? I don't know, I feel like he would have just, like, got him with the sword. The fist is inside his body. There is neither pain nor blood. The servant's arm is in his body, like the absurd spiritual operation he saw before. You want the Holy Grail, right? Then I shall give it to you. If you want it so much, do not let go of it. His blood vessels expand, after feeling the sensation of billions of worms squirming through his body and trying to get out. He becomes something that is not Mato Shinji. He just came. It convulses. The swollen object is literally a lump of meat. There is no shape to it. It is composed of exposed meat and blood vessels, quickly forming meat and quickly decaying meat. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts! It's growing, help, 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 stop! Unable to bear the pain of repeating growth and decay, and the sensation of something wriggling inside of him, he loses his sanity. After watching it, the servant lets him go as if nothing has happened. This is ugly. A powerful Maga should not change form, but I guess it cannot be helped. A chain comes down, descending from the sky. Heaven's chains bind the writhing mass of flesh. The balance of expansion and decay is about the same right now, but the Holy Grail should figure out its master soon enough. Expansion should overwhelm the decay by then. His Holy Grail should be completed in no time. Ugly things are tastier. Most of all, you shall spill out suitable mud, Shinji. The servant laughs. Huh, that's a big oof. And besides him, the piece of meat repeats "help me" in a voice that is no longer human. Mondo oofs. Big oofs. I don't particularly feel bad though, so, you know. Shiro, are your wounds alright? Huh? Oh yeah, it's fine. I feel good and I can still use my circuits. I see. That is good. Apparently, having run out of things to talk about, Saber awkwardly ends the conversation. Based. Absolute Riz, Saber. Ooh, I know this isn't her route, but it was a joke. We've been like this for an hour since we came home. We don't have the composure to be celebrating Tosaka's safety, nor did we celebrate our reunion. The situation isn't good at all. The last servant Gilgamesh. As long as he has the Holy Grail, we have to fight him. We don't have any plans to beat him. The more we think about it, the more we realize it's hopeless. It's only natural for us to grow quiet. But I don't think that's the only reason we're quiet. This is probably the end. This will be the last time we will go into battle like this. No matter what the results may be, what awaits us does not change. The Holy Grail War will end. After that, the three of us won't be able to talk like this. Looking back, it was only a course of about 10 days. I never had time to think back about what happened the day before, and I was too busy with all the events that came up one after another. But they weren't just painful events. Looking back at it, these past 10 days are precious memories that can't be replaced. That's why we're keeping our mouths shut. We don't want to admit the obvious truth. The decision should be clear to all of us already. We can't say it because we don't want to end it like this. Then I'll say it. I'm going to avenge Archer. He betrayed me, and he was a twisted guy. But he's Shiro. Tosaka has made up her mind. She says that she will fight Gilgamesh. She clearly states that she will end this fight. How about you, Shiro? I'll have Saber come with me no matter what, but I can't force you to fight since you're not a master. It seems that Goldie really hates you, so I think he'll go after you first if we fight him. Maybe Tosaka's trying to be considerate by offering me an escape. But I'm already determined. I can't let Gilgamesh be. I intuitively know that the Holy Grail shouldn't exist. But there's a bigger reason for me not to back out of this. You defeat him. He left those words and let me survive instead of him. The man who only denied Emiya Shiro. As I have made him admit his defeat, my path is determined. I'm going to defeat him. I chose to fight. He'll complain to me unless I keep my word until the very end. I see. I won't stop you if that's what you decided. Yeah, and I can't just ignore the Holy Grail. If the Holy Grail is what he says it is, we have to destroy it. We'll completely destroy it so something like this will never happen again. Saber has fought with the objective of obtaining the Holy Grail. Her hesitation and the reluctance aren't easily overcome, but still. I understand. If the Holy Grail is what Gilgamesh says it is, it should not exist in this world. She kills her wish and assents. Alright. I get up and head to the kitchen. I put on the apron, I tie it behind my back and roll up my sleeves. Shiro? Oh, I thought that was Tosaka talking. What, did you come up with a good idea? No, I'm just gonna make you something. Make something. You two are hungry, right? I ignore the astonished party and start preparing dinner. It's all decided. Now we just have to act like always. We'll eat dinner together and go beat him after that. I take out a bowl and a frying pan. I'll use everything I have in the refrigerator. I'll forget about everything tonight. I'll make a delicious feast. You are right. Let us eat dinner like always. That suits us. Yeah, then I guess I'll help as well. Oh, Saber, can you go prepare the bath? The serious atmosphere disappears like that. The living room suddenly becomes more lively. This will be the last night with the three of us. We're doing our best to keep it like always and to have a good dinner. So, after eating dinner consisting of Western, Chinese, and Japanese food, we start the customary strategy meeting. So, you are saying the Holy Grail is at the Ryudo Temple. Yep, I guess that the Ryudo Temple would be the summoning spot this time. I was using a familiar to spy on that place, but it was eliminated just a bit earlier. I'm sure that Goldie is there. Ryudo Temple, that is troublesome. We can only enter that mountain through the front gate. Gilgamesh should be waiting for us there. Yeah, but on the other hand, it's easier on us because we know where he is. He's troublesome, but stopping the summoning of the Holy Grail takes priority. It would be ideal if we can destroy the Holy Grail while Saber keeps him busy. Hold on, isn't Saber the only one who can destroy the Holy Grail? We can't touch it, right? Right, we can't destroy the summoned Holy Grail, but we can destroy the vessel before it's summoned. To be more precise, we're stopping the Holy Grail before it's activated. What do you mean by stopping the Holy Grail? I really don't want to think about it, but from what I heard, the Holy Grail is Iliasvil's heart, right? But I think the Holy Grail is a set with Iliasvil's body, her magic circuit. He didn't want Iliasvil to be the Holy Grail, so he pulled out the core of it. He pulled out the core of it. I don't know why I was struggling with that one so much. Sorry. Her heart. So, he has to implant the heart into Amagus's body to activate it, as the Holy Grail. There are only two remaining masters, me and one other. Since I'm here, the one he will choose to be the foundation of the Holy Grail is Shinji. But Shinji, doesn't have a magic circuit, right? I bet he doesn't care. He wants to make an incomplete Holy Grail, so I'm sure he'll implant it into an incomplete master. Even if its bloodline is extinct. Extinct! I'm sorry, I'm struggling so much with the end of this episode right here. The Mato family has had hereditary traces of magic circuits. Even a closed circuit will be forced open if something like a nuclear fusion reactor is implanted into him. Then that would mean he'll have to detach the Holy Grail from Shinji, huh? We'll have to. I don't know what it means to be the Holy Grail's foundation, but if possible, we'll have to stop it. But I do not think Gilgamesh will allow that. Does it not mean that stopping the Holy Grail is to defeat Gilgamesh? Yeah, it's obvious that he's protecting the Holy Grail, so we have to do something about him first. Yeah, I think he's waiting for us at the mountain gate. The only route we have is the mountain gate because our greatest force, Saber, can only enter through there. So... I see. I will rush the mountain gate by myself. Rin and Shiro will sneak into the Ryudo Temple from the back while I do so. The boundary field on the Ryudo Temple is meaningless for you two. Exactly. You will need to give your absolute best, but just keep him busy. We'll come help you as soon as we stop the Holy Grail. Hold on, that's reckless. Saber won't be a match for him. She can't keep him busy. Huh? What, you seem to think pretty highly of him, Shiro? True, he is a strong enemy, but I will not lose easily if I go into a defense. Please tell me what that opinion is based on. Oh, that's not what I meant. From what I see, Saber's stronger than him. I'm sure of it. I'll bet on it, too. Then why are you saying that? You can't beat him as long as you're a heroic spirit. Yeah, Saber won't lose if she... If he had... Saber won't lose if he only had the same noble phantasm as Saber. We don't even need to compare the two skills as swordsmen. But his power isn't power as an individual. A soldier can't beat a war itself no matter how strong he is, right? He's a heroic spirit of that kind. You'll be defeated unless you're a war just like him. So you're telling me that my attributes are not fit to fight him? Yeah. Tosaka, we can't let Saber fight him without a plan. There's no way she can win unless we have some sort of countermeasure. Hey, I know that already. That's why we're going to think about it. Then you have a plan, Rin? Hey now, I won't conveniently come up with an idea in a flash. His noble phantasm is a war, like Shiro said. The outcome of war is decided by how much force you have, right? It's not how well you can handle the weapon, it's about how much force you can prepare. What's wrong, Tosaka? Why did you shut up all of a sudden? I see. That's why he treated you like an enemy. Since a heroic spirit doesn't have his own noble phantasm, there is no original. Oh, wait! That means... Rin, what is wrong? Why are you behind me? It's nothing. I'm going to think, so just talk it over with just the two of you. Saber and I look at each other. Well, I'll leave her alone if she has an idea. Then I should avoid fighting Archer one-on-one, correct? Oh, I just realized something. We haven't had the sex scene. I'm sure that that's about to happen to... Yeah, for reasons, for the climax. I get it. But I have backup from Rin. I can use my noble phantasm with her support. I believe there's a chance of beating him before he can use his noble phantasm. Your noble phantasm? Not invisible error? No, invisible error is only a sheath. I can use my holy sword if Rin allows it. This is the sword that previously destroyed the Holy Grail. I see. Then it'll be all up to Tosaka. Yes, there will be a big burden on me as well as Rin if I use it. It will probably use up most of her magical energy. Did you hear that, Tosaka? How much magical energy can you spare? Magical energy I can spare? How do you know what I'm thinking about? Huh? No, it's nothing. I told you to leave me alone. I know about Saber's noble phantasm. She should be able to use it twice with our magical energy. We're going to use it once against the Holy Grail, so you can only use it once against Gilgamesh. I see. Saber, that's what Tosaka's saying, so what do you think? I do not know. If Archer has every existing noble phantasm, he should have one that can equal mine. After that, it depends on who is stronger. I see, so it's going to end up being a fight between the noble phantasms, huh? Then Gilgamesh is likely to win. I can't let Saber fight such a hopeless battle. Man, I can't think. She's been acting strange. Why does she keep on looking at me like that? Hey, Tosaka, come out with it if you want to say something. You have an idea, right? I don't have an idea. I can't say such a thing here, you idiot. She yells at me and looks away awkwardly. Shiro? No, it's nothing. She's acting weird, so let's ignore her and keep planning. We continue with the strategy meeting with just the two of us. But as our brain, Tosaka won't talk. We can't come up with anything. We can go with the previous plan if you guys can't come up with anything. We'll head out before dawn. Everybody is to rest until then. Our course of action is decided by Tosaka. So I think I'm going to keep the episode going because I think I know what's about to happen. So I want to keep it going until it happens, and then we're going to skippity-dippity. You know what I'm saying, man? So yeah. Sometime passed after that. It's almost midnight. Tosaka told me I should take a nap, but I can't sleep in a situation like this. We're going to settle our score with that servant in a few hours. Since we are heading out before dawn, everything should be over by the time the sun rises. I can't just lay here and not do anything. Ooh, what should we do? This isn't really like giving me like bad end vibes, but you know, we'll put it here for like the eventual, like just go through the other options kind of category. You don't know, I think I actually will end the episode there just in case go over strategy with Tosaka doesn't get us anything. So yeah. I will see you guys in the next one, where I'll probably have to go for like 2 or 3 minutes and then skip a whole bunch. It's gonna be a great time. Until then, bye-bye. Okay, we're back, and we're gonna go talk to Tosaka and maybe, get a very inconvenient editing thing that will happen. That's what I'll get. Yeah, I can't sleep in this situation. A plan against Gilgamesh. If we are to fight that cold-hearted enemy, I'll have to come up with some plan. Someone will die if we head to the Ryodo Temple as we are now. Compared to that, thinking until the very last minute is nothing. Are you awake, Tosaka? I knock on her door. Hold on, don't come in! I thought Tosaka would be sleeping, but I guess she's still awake. Time to come in! More importantly, she's in a panic. After a few minutes of rustling sounds, she must have calmed down. After taking a breath, I can hear even outside, Tosaka opens the door. So, what? Tosaka glares at me as soon as she sees me. Well, I want to continue our conversation from earlier. I want to keep talking about how to fight Gilgamesh. Wait, why are you glaring at me? Tosaka, are you in a bad mood? I ask the obvious. Of course! That's the obvious response she's going to give, but I have to ask, but... No, that's not true. She gives a strange response. Tosaka, are you sick or something? No, geez, just sit down. I want to give you a plan to beat Gilgamesh since you can't come up with any. Tosaka pulls me inside, locks the door, and walks to the back of the room. I move to the center of the room for now. I sit down on the cushion and face Tosaka, who's sitting in a chair. And an awkward silence follows. Tosaka is silent, even though she's the one with the plan. Tosaka, about Gilgamesh. I know, you don't want Saber fighting him, right? You're especially kind to her. Hey, that's not the point here. I'm saying that we should switch the roles since Saber won't fare well against Gilgamesh. If Saber is defeated, you'll be his next target. You say switch roles, so what are you thinking? I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass. That Goldie used his riches to collect all the magic-resistant equipment in the world. I'll do much worse than Saber. That should be the same for you as well, right? That's true, but... I can't get those eyes out of my head. Archer definitely told me this. That the Golden Servant. That only Amyashiro can match Gilgamesh. Tosaka, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me and hear me out. I'm going to fight. You're going to fight him. Right. Oh, so you realize it too, huh? Gilgamesh's natural enemy is Archer's magic. Huh? I open my mouth in surprise. Huh? You said you were going to fight him when you haven't realized that yet. You were going to fight him when you haven't realized that? I didn't have any proof, but I thought that I might have the best luck against him. Oh, I don't know who told you that, but you're right. What makes Gilgamesh so strong is the number of noble phantasms he has. But to put it another way, one can match him if he has the same number of noble phantasms. The same number of noble phantasms. It means I need to reproduce all the noble phantasms he takes out. That's right. He was calling you guys fakers. That's probably because he saw you two as threats. Heroic Spirit Amiya would be a complete match for him. Dude, freaking Heroic Spirit Amiya would dogwash Gilgamesh with zero difficulty. It wouldn't even be like a match. It would be a slaughter. Oh my gosh. That's true, but that's impossible. I can barely manage to project one of Archer's swords. I can't keep up with his noble phantasms. I don't have enough magical energy to do so. That's if your magic is just like it was until now. But you remember what Archer's noble phantasm was, right? You can match Gilgamesh if you can use that magic, that reality marble. Tosaka stares at me. But I can't live up to her expectation. That's impossible. The reality marble is the ultimate permitted magic. I don't know how to use it, and Archer used magical energy several times my capacity to create that world. That's totally impossible. Yeah, I know it's impossible, but you should know how to use it because all of your magic is rooted in that. Strengthening and projection both stem from your reality marble. I'm sure it'll be a piece of cake once you have the necessary magical energy. She's talking about impossible things. I have no way to do it, so this is more impossible than for me to go to the moon. Okay, let's say that's the case, but it's still impossible. I don't have the magical energy to set up the boundary field or maintain it. He must have trained his magic circuits for a long time, but I don't have the magical energy. Aw, that's a cute little frame of her. I know. So, see, Gilgamesh said it too, right? Magi take it from somewhere else if they can't supply it themselves. She murmurs. He did say something like that, but what about it? Geez, so, I have to do something about the insufficient part. Tosaka blushes furiously, her voice trailing off to whisper. What? I know. I'm a magus even if I'm maybe an amateur. I know what Tosaka just said. Tosaka, that's... There are only a few ways for Magi to tune in, right? We're of the opposite sex and we don't have time, so it's the most efficient way. It's like a contract. So I'm going to have sex with Tosaka to connect with her, so that I can use her magical energy. My head explodes. My memory of the past few days gets blown away once I think about what Tosaka said. It's Tosaka we're talking about. She's a female student I admired, recently got close to, realized her honor student appearance is fake, got attracted to her even more anyway, and my heart won't stop beating rapidly when I'm near her. So why did it turn out like this? What, we're just gonna be having sex? I think it's much easier than fighting with your life on the line. You idiot! Where are the voices? You idiot! Putting my life on the line is much, much easier. Hold on. That's strange. That's weird. You skipped too much. You won't trick me this time. You already made too much fun of me. I won't be fooled so easily. I don't know who's talking. There are no voices. Tosaka is staring at me. Her gesture is more convincing than any words. My boiling head is heated up even more. Tosaka's gesture is so unfair that it deserves dozens of yellow cards in soccer. Oh, hold on. Why does it have to be that? It's sex we're talking about. We're making love. We're making babies, and we're going to be embracing each other naked. You can't do that with me. I blurt out with a broken head. My hands are sweating and my vision blurs. Yo, the Riz on Shiro. Let's go. He's a Riz he's not a master of servant. He's just a Riz master. Let's go. But still, even that's what I'm saying, my body is going against my will. I've been trying so hard not to notice, but I can't get my eyes off of Tosaka. Like her soft-looking breasts. Like her long, smooth, okay, that's better. Like her shoulders that look slender and soft. Like her gorgeous thighs. Like, listen, I'm okay with people thinking about that about each other, that top sentence, but listen, it's just not something I want to say, you know? Like her gorgeous thighs coming out from under her skirt. I'm fascinated by all of her feminine parts. What a poet he is. She looks at me. I know. We should do this if it'll help us match Gilgamesh and keep Saber out of danger. We're Magi, so we shouldn't have to think twice about doing this to win. But... I gulp. I frantically restrain myself without reasoning, but still. You don't want to do it with me, Shiro? Wait, why are you asking such an impossible thing, you idiot? That's not true. There's no way I wouldn't want to do it with you. As I speak, I realize my own stupidity. Tosaka has to be embarrassed as well, but she suppressed it to bring up the idea. That's enough to kill me, so why am I making her say such a thing? I take a deep breath. I have to be calm. This is the last thing we can do. I have to prepare myself. I'm sorry. Let us do so, if you'll let me. I shouldn't have panicked if that's the only way that'll let us beat him. I stare back at Tosaka, mustering all the courage I have. I'm the one who should apologize. I didn't think that you would dislike it so much. I should have explained to you in detail. Tosaka looks down awkwardly. With that, no, it's not that I didn't want to. I correct her, even though I'm concerned. Huh? I'm saying you're wrong. I like you, and it's not like that. It's not like that I don't want to. I can't breathe because I'm so happy. This is like a dream come true. But that's exactly why I didn't want this to be for something like a contract. My face is burning. My face is burning hot, but I managed to say it. That's... Oh, that was her talking. Yeah, I wanted to do it with you, with nothing else in the way, so I thought this was unfair. I said it. I said it with a boiling head. I can't think straight. You know what? There you go. He made up for it. I can't think straight, but I'm telling the girl in front of me how I feel. Her stare is hurting me. It gets awkward, so I look away from Tosaka and scratch my cheek. Then... what? Something suddenly touches my lips. I just kissed you. Tosaka! I quickly pull back. I must have acted funny because the one who kissed me... Okay, then let's do it with nothing else in the way. Speaks with a smile that rattles my brain. Oh my gosh. And you know what? This is the part where we, I'm just gonna start clicking through, just because I have to skip this. It's YouTube. But you know what? I was complaining about the amount of work I was gonna have to do for this, but you know what? I'm pretty okay with it. Cause the last one of these, hang on, while I click through this, let's, let me look at the views of the last one. And as soon as it pops up, it's complete censored, alright? Just nothing but censorship, alright, baby? I'm sure I can see it from my YouTube Studio app just immediately. Ooh, I have a notification. What's the notification? Oh, it's for something that I've already seen like 80,000 times. Content. Sort by most viewed. It is the first Henty episode with the thumbnail of Reen fingering and sucking the nips of Saber. Has over 10,000 views, 32 likes, and 4 comments. Wait, what are the comments on this one? Hang on, let me look at it really quick. I don't remember the comments. How do I see the comments of just this one video? It's at 10.8K. Oh my, watch time. I have 90 hours into it. Which, you know, means a lot of people just gone off of it, but... Oh, it's at exactly 10,876. This video, I didn't know you could check this on here. Apparently, 10 people subscribed while watching that video. Which, you know, I've had like pretty good growth for a channel of my size over the past year. I've gained like 42 subscribers over the past like year. A fourth of those came from this video. That is incredible. Engagement. How do I see? I want to see my comments on here. I don't remember what the comments were. No. How do I see the comments? I'm just gonna hit that and just do published. Oh, yeah. So, one of the comments on that one, I remember them now, was, Reen finally gets her Baber. And I responded with, everyone wants Shiro's servant, and Reen finally got her. Sadly, she had to lose Satan in the process. And then the other comment is like, oh, whoa, oh my gosh. I just realized something. Something huge. Oh my god. I'm having like an actual like crisis. Not a crisis, but holy crap, hang on. Sorry, let's keep skipping and we'll just talk over all of this. The other comment that I got was, and I tend to like all my comments if they're actually like real comments and not like horrible links. Was someone just responded, just commented, I don't know. So I just responded, I don't know either, and I think they liked it. But what I was freaking out about was, hang on, can I go to his channel from here? No, I can't. Hang on, I didn't realize who holy crap. Holy crap. Okay, so I have a Nuzlocke on my channel that I've never, ever finished, okay? A Pokemon Nuzlocke, for anyone interested in that. And yeah, I'm just gonna talk over this. I'm just gonna have to leave like a little comment in my audio to like, hey, remember to take this out by the by. Even if I'm sure I'll get it when I go to like cut it. and I see it. But I have a Pokemon Nuzlocke is, you know, you play with imposed rules like level caps to make the game harder. And I haven't finished it because I'm a terrible YouTuber who got distracted by like 80 other series, and I do want to go back to it. I'm just busy playing other games. You know how it goes. But I had the level caps posted like on the screen of the video, so then everyone just knows the level caps. And a YouTuber, DRXX, I believe his name is Drew. I've watched a couple of his videos. Commented, fun stuff, gonna snag these level caps for my own attempts. And I just responded with, glad to be of service. Jeez, I need to get back to this Nuzlocke. Apparently it took me a whole month to respond to him. I didn't realize that. I responded as soon as I got the notification, but our comments are like a full month apart. Holy crap. But holy crap, yeah, no, he's a YouTuber with 24.2 thousand subscribers. That's so weird to me, because another comment that I got was actually from a huge YouTube. I wonder if I could find it. It's so weird. Hang on, I need to find it. Yeah, I just... Oh gosh, where is it? It's so far back. Wait, is this also another? Yeah, I found him. Okay, I think there are two. Oh my gosh. Hang on, I need to check this. I think that this person's also a YouTuber. Hang on. Wait, I typed it in wrong. Are they? Oh my gosh, they are. They haven't uploaded in 7 years. But on my Pokemon Leaf Green Let's Play, which I also haven't finished because I lost the ROM for it. I got a comment from Panda Card, a YouTuber who plays like what looks like yeah, Dot Hack. He plays anime games. He hasn't played or uploaded in like 7 years. But he commented on my video, and he's a huge YouTuber in comparison to me. And then the last person who also commented on that, hang on, HDV. Let's see how big this guy is really quick. HDV, a YouTuber with 316,000 subscribers, also commented on my videos of my Leaf Green Let's Play from 7 years ago. Holy crap! Oh, I've been doing YouTube for 7 years. I thought it had been around 10. So you know what? That's weird. But I didn't even... Oh gosh. Crazy. Crazy. And now I'm just looking at these and I'm just like, hang on. There's also another person here. Jack. Oh, is that the shot, or should I go with the one where she's just naked covering her nips? I don't know. Oh, whoa, wait, actually? Maybe I should... Maybe I shouldn't. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. There is a person who asked me, this is a crazy story. I'm so sorry. I might need to make this a short or something. I haven't made any shorts, but it is crazy. I'll just tell it here now, cause I can. Ooh, should I do like a little, okay, YouTube, I am here, looking up at titties, but I have a crazy story to tell. There is a YouTuber who commented on one of my Let's Play videos. And I was just going back and looking through my comments. And I was like, oh, hey, I have like 4 pretty big YouTubers who have posted on my videos in the past. HDV, DRXX, and Panda Card. But there's one more. I'm not gonna say his name, but I just looked up his channel and tried to go to it. Apparently, he is a YouTuber who had 5,000 something subscribers and had a giant meltdown so big. Hang on. Let me look at it. Oh shoot, no, it went away. No, I'm ruining my own YouTube short. He had a meltdown so big that there are several videos with some with over 800,000. Oh my gosh. Some of these videos have over 800,000 views talking about this YouTuber's meltdown, who left a comment on one of my videos going, "Sub for sub? Thanks, and good video." Actually, let me read out his exact comment. "Sub for sub, this channel link, question mark. Just subbed you and liked video." Smiley face. This is really hard. How do people make YouTube shorts? I can't just go off the fly like this. Some people are so good at it. And I responded to him, "Sure, and thanks." So I must have been subscribed to him. And now it's just gone. Oh my gosh, what the frick? But yeah, no, this guy. All right, let's just go through the things. The first video that comes up is actually weird. It's only 6.8K. The next one is 814K. The next is 74. The next is 394. The next is 436. 193. 1.4. And that's like, you know, goes back between like 11K, 157K, 324K, 449K. And this is a guy who left a comment on what video exactly was it? Pokemon, Let's Play Pokemon Leaf Green, Episode 8, Mount Moon Trilogy versus Misty. Because that was at the time when I could only record, I was using Bandicam at the time. And I could only record like 10 or 15-minute videos, so it took me 3 episodes to get through Mount Moon. That's so freaking funny. Oh my gosh. And my dog wants to come into the room now. Hang on, doggy. We're almost there. Oh my gosh, this is so long. I want to walk away for a second. I want to let my dog in while I do this. Dude, I can't wait for another easy 10K views and 10 more subscribers. This is awesome. Did you want to come in and record with me? Hey, puppy. Oh, puppy. Oh my gosh, look at them titties. Wowza. Wow, I sure did freeze up there, huh? Had to get some kinks out of my neck after freezing up like that. Oh, what the freak was that on? What was... The screen just like faded there for a little bit. I have no idea what that was. Oh, she's crying. This is so awkward. Oh my gosh. Is it over? Is it over? No, it's not. Okay. But dude, that's insane. I can't believe I just found that story. I cannot wait to tell that to people. Because that's just such a... How does that even happen? Like, you know, some people, you know, smaller YouTubers get comments from big YouTubers all the time. Like, the fact that, like, someone like HDV and Drew, who's a huge in the Nuzlocking thing, is apparently using the level caps that I provided, which are, you know, are accurate. But it's just the fact that he came to my channel, saw it, was like, hey, I want to use those for my own attempt. That's so cool. And the fact that HDV is now, like, a huge PokeTuber and everything, and he commented, hey, great video, keep up the work, when I was like, oh my gosh, 7 years ago. How old was I? Oh my gosh, there's blood. Holy crap, there's so much blood. That's so gross. You know, big PokeTuber telling me to keep up the hard work when no, there's no way. It was 7 years. This has to be wrong. The reason I want to say that this is wrong was because it came out I don't know. It came out when I was still reviewing Bleach, I believe, which was like 2014. So it had to have been more than 7 years ago. I think that YouTube Studio's just wrong. I don't know. Because I was in... Auto read stopped? There was an auto read? Did they turn on an auto read for people so they could jack off during this or something? You know what? Based move type moon. But yeah, no. I definitely did it when I was in middle school, is the thing. I want to look it up right now. I'm just gonna go, I can't believe this. This is the best episode. This is my favorite episode, and I only spent... Granted, we did actually raid for, like, probably the normal amount of time. This is just extra for anyone who wants it. I have to look up myself now, which is so weird. I've never looked up myself. That's not a lie. I've looked up myself a couple times, but, like, probably haven't in years. Look at me, 78 subscribers. I'm getting so big, dude. Oh, yeah, dude, my Resident Evil 3 Let's Play. Oh, why did a song by Emu Emi come up? It's Bring You Back. Like, it's an amazing song. I love that song, but why is it sandwiched between Darkbender Poorly Plays Resident Evil 3 11 and The Last 8 Tales Trust Issues Episode 1? What looks like a little animated series. I don't know. But anyways... Leaf green. We'll just pull up the, oh my gosh. So, how I did the thumbnail for the first one was I just took, like, a screen grab of, like, the title screen, and then in MS Paint wrote #1. Holy crap. Oh, this is so weird. This is taking me down a weird rabbit hole. There's no way that this was uploaded only 7 years ago. Oh my gosh, what is this description? Yeah, a Let's Play! And play is a line down for some reason, and then, yeah, woo, hee hee, alright, bye. Granted, my descriptions haven't gotten any better. They're either entirely blank, have a stupid sentence in them, or are now just links to my VTube model maker. Oh my gosh, there's so much blood! And to the amazing artist behind my profile and banner. So, you know, improvement. I'm not entirely sure what that... This is so weird. This is so weird. There's no way it was only 7 years ago. But that was the weird rabbit hole, man. You know, I will say, at least my thumbnail games... Oh, it's back to her booty. At least my thumbnail game's gotten slightly better. It's not a lot. Oh my gosh, wait, at what point did I... Oh, wait, no, because I big-brained it. Instead of just doing a bunch of 10-minute episodes, I instead started doing 2 combined. I would record till the limit, and then record to the limit again. Where did I even get to? Oh my gosh, I just completely gave up on even doing thumbnails for the last, like, 5 episodes. Oh my gosh. I'm so good. Where did I end at? Oh my gosh, why is it running like this? The game... Oh my gosh. Oh, hey, Azula. I forgot that's what I named my Nidoqueen. I had a fun team in this. I'm not even gonna lie. Hang on, let me look at who I got. Wait. Okay. Oh, I have a TM slave in there because I do remember this. I wanted that to be a Magmar. I was using a few mons that I already used and a couple that I never used before. Like Pinsir, never used that. I'd used Nidoqueen before. I used Venusaur before. But I've actually never used a Dragonite in a playthrough. I still haven't. And I've used a Jolteon before, but I've never used a Magmar, who was the other Pokemon that I was wanting to use. Oh my gosh. I was so close to the end. Like 2 or 3 more episodes, and I would have been done with that series, but I lost the ROM. Oh my gosh, there's so much cum all over her. Holy crap, Shiro. You are an absolute faucet of a man. Gee willikers, did you get any in here, or did you pull all the way out? I don't know. Well, shoot, dude, this has been a long... Which one of these frames am I gonna use as the thumbnail? Should I just cover her titties and just leave all the cum in? Should I do that? I don't know. Oh, this is so funny. Oh, that's a cute frame. That's like that's like probably the best erotic frame in the entire thing so far, because most of the ones that are supposed to be sexy aren't that sexy, not gonna lie. That one kind of is. Okay, but that's not thumbnail worthy for the Henty episode. I can't do that. Again, I need to get my 10K views and and 10 subscribers. I'll take, you know? Like, listen, if I'm ever going to be on track to actually earn a cent from this, I need that 90 hours of view time from the video, you know? So, you know, that's what we're going to do. All right, well, we're going to end the episode there. I was planning to record more, but that went on for so long. That was so long of me just mashing the mouse button. And my throat is very tired. Maybe I'll do like, no, I don't know if I want to do any more tonight. I don't know why I'm talking about this now. It just kind of turned into like, if you guys ever want to watch my Let's Plays, this is just kind of the stupid bull crap I talk about there. Oh, that's so funny. You know, I'm going to look back at the audio for this one and see if I can actually make a YouTube short out of it. And if not, I'm going to try and script something. That's incredible. That's so funny to me. And you know what? If people want to find out who the YouTuber is, I guess that they could go find the video. Oh, I feel so bad if someone actually watches like multiple episodes. Like, granted, I'm pretty sure I said what episode it was. You know what? If I make a short about it, I won't. Okay, so it's just a little treat if you guys stuck around. Oh, that's so funny. That's incredible. All right, but yeah, with that being said, I will see all of you beautiful people in the next one. Bye-bye. We are back with more Fate, potentially the last like session of Unlimited Blade Works, which is really exciting. Just cause, hang on, I need to move my mic. Just plug your ears for a second. Plug your ears for a second. Okay, there we go. Also, I want to show you guys something. I'm gonna put my hood on. Boop. I realized I haven't put my hood on for any of the Fate videos, so I was like, yeah, let's do that. But yeah, no, it's exciting cause I just love Unlimited Blade Works, and I'm super excited to like see it through to the end. I'm also excited for Heaven's Feel just because I feel like I got so much less of that just because, like, it was 3 movies instead of a full TV series or an entire route of Fate that I've already read. So I'm just like, I'm really excited to get into that and just get more of it. Because I think in terms of vibes, Heaven's Feel is probably my favorite in terms of vibe. It's not my favorite in terms of story so far. Right now, it's probably... Do I want to talk about this now? I think Unlimited Blade Works, the anime by Ufotable, is still like my favorite version of Stay Night. I know a lot of people are going to hate that because a lot of people have umbrage with the anime, but like that's a talk for another day. But yeah, and then after that, I also have other visual novels that I'm just excited to get into. And we'll talk about more of the order of what I would do at the very end. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm forced out of Tosaka's room. She told me that girls have their busyness, so I should be considerate and go back to my room. Don't be stupid. Guys have a lot of busyness as well. I thought that was Tosaka. I do, but I didn't say so in front of Tosaka. I bet she would have gotten me back right on the spot if I said so. Besides, no matter what Tosaka may need to do, it's true that we don't have much time. The date has changed already. I bet we should be heading out to the Ryoto Temple within an hour. Yeah, this is... I close my eyes and feel the magical energy pouring into me. Tosaka isn't consciously supplying me with magical energy yet, but it's already enough to fill me up. If Emiya Shiro's magical energy capacity is 20 or 30, she always has 500 magical energy. I'm sure it would take years to fill up her whole... Oh, this is so awful after the scene that we just had. I'm sure it would take years to fill up her whole capacity, but I bet her maximum capacity could reach 1,000. I'm amazed. She really is amazing. It makes me realize her greatness again. Well, she's exhausted right now, and most Magi only keep about 80% of their magical energy. So Tosaka has about 400 magical energy right now. But that is still a huge amount. I use about 2 magical energy to use 1 strengthening magic, and about 5 magical energy to use 1 projection magic. Using that example, I can use my projection magic dozens of times now when I could only do it 6 times before. Well, a cheap vehicle will overheat even if there is enough gasoline. But this has greatly increased my power. I might even be able to beat the King of Heroes with this. All that's left is... There's 1 hour. I should rest my body until then. I'll rest and restore the energy I used by having sex. Everything is set. I'll fully prepare myself since Tosaka has opened up her body to me. Sick. The last day. We're on the last day, boys. I turn off the lights in my house. It's 4 in the morning. With dawn still a few hours away, we leave the Emiya household. Everything is arranged already. There's nothing to talk about now. We just need to go to battle and fulfill our roles. There's no guarantee that we'll come back alive. No, that has been the case all along, but there's less of a guarantee this time. That's why I'm carefully turning off all the lights. Huh? There's someone standing in the yard. The golden-haired girl is just standing there, looking up at the night sky. Hey, what are you doing, Saber? I was watching the sky and this house. Her reply is gentle. She's looking at the house with an expression different from the first time I met her. A lot has happened. I want to engrave the events in my mind so that I will remember them forever. It is the voice of one prepared not to return. I see. Yeah, please remember it if you can. I make a clumsy wish from the porch. Yes. Then I have a favor to ask of you as well. I will protect you two, so please come back to this house together. Yeah, we'll come back no matter what. That's all I can manage to say. We're going to destroy the Holy Grail. At the same time, Servant Saber will be returning to her original place. Even if I want her to stay here, and even if Saber is attached to this house, as long as she is a servant, she cannot go against the law. Hey, what are you doing? We don't have time, so hurry up! A voice urges us from the entrance. Tosaka must be waiting at the gate, ready to go. Shiro. Yeah, let's go settle this once and for all. I turn off the last light and leave the house with Saber. A quiet night. The illusion of the girl staring up at the stars is still lingering in the yard. The plan goes like this. Saber will head into the Ryoto Temple from the front while Tosaka and I sneak in from the back. Saber will enter before us so that she can get Gilgamesh's attention. We will use that opening to sneak in, quickly destroy the Holy Grail, and go help Saber. I'll keep Gilgamesh at bay by projecting his noble phantasms, allowing Saber to finish him off. That is the only plan we have. It is a path that you can barely call a road. Tosaka must have researched it beforehand as she goes up without hesitation. At night, the mountain is dark and ominous. It is natural for the sacred mountain to reject people. The dark mountain is threatening, but it is an embodiment of the pure gods at the same time. But this isn't normal. It smells so bloody that I feel sick. Tosaka stares up at the summit where the Ryoto Temple is. Smelling bloody is just a phrase Tosaka used. There is no smell of blood coming from the mountain. It just feels strange. The air is damp and it sticks to the skin like a membrane. This place is suffused with the life force so strong that I can't tell if the breathing I hear is mine or the mountain's. I feel like I'm climbing up a big, living organ rather than a mountain. I know it's late to ask, but how do you feel, Shiro? Then, Tosaka suddenly asks me such a question. Huh? I feel fine, but really not. To be honest, it's beyond my control. I honestly tell her, I can easily project dozens of weapons with this amount of magical energy, but it's like having a jet engine inside of a worn-out plane, so the fuel might leak out and explode if I let my guard down. Wow, that's a luxurious worry, but it did succeed, huh? I was worried since it was the first time. My face burns up the instant I recall it. Hold on, please don't talk about it right now. Oh, these don't have voice lines. I mean, any, audio to them? Is it because it's like a sex-exclusive route line? And did the sex scene have any? I don't remember if the sex scene had any voice acting in it. I know, I feel the same way. I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about the balance of the magical energy I'm giving to you and Saber. I'm sharing my magical energy between two people, so Saber is getting less energy now. Oh, I see. Then does that mean that Saber can't fight with all her power? Hey, don't take me so lightly. I won't do such a clumsy thing. The magical energy I'm giving you is small, so it's fine. We can't push it. Saber can only use her holy sword once. She can only use her holy sword once? Then we can't use the holy sword against Gilgamesh. Saber's noble phantasm has to be saved to destroy the Holy Grail. Then Saber has to keep Gilgamesh busy without using her noble phantasm? Yeah, so we'll have to go help her as quickly as possible. I told her that she can use the holy sword if she can't stop Gilgamesh by herself. But that would be it for Saber. Only her holy sword can destroy the Holy Grail. My breathing stops. Wait, did I just... So... My breathing stops. In short, she'll have to use her holy sword at the cost of her existence. Tosaka, that's... It can't be helped. It's what Saber said. She will destroy the Holy Grail even if I stop her. Tosaka murmurs as she looks away. Damn, how stupid of me. It must be hard for Tosaka as well. Tosaka doesn't want Saber to disappear either. Then, let's hurry. We won't give Saber to Gilgamesh. Of course not. She's mine. I won't let him kill her. We run. We know what we have to do. We have to stop the Holy Grail as fast as we can and go settle the match with Gilgamesh. I need while the interlude stop. Oh right, I need to click a button. Wait, I don't need to click a button for the interlude to start. Never mind, ignore me. There are people who like have read this and they'll do like hour-long things, or like again like people I watch who play Fate Grand Order will just sit there and read for like 50 minutes on end without getting like remotely hurt or anything, and they'll record multiple episodes in a day. And it's like, how do people do that? I don't get it. The mountain is rumbling. The sky is filled with dark clouds, and the trees are rustling as if shivering with fear. She watches it all at the entrance to the mountain gate. She understood that the Ryoto temple was poisoned the instant she approached it. The golden servant isn't the only one waiting for her at the top of the stairs. Something strange is waiting for her. She takes a big breath. She cannot afford to make a mistake. If the mountain is a place of death, then she will draw all the risk to herself. She wants the other two to make it out alive. She cannot hold anything back. She can only use her holy sword twice. Oh. She understands that she will disappear the instant she activates the holy sword for the second time. I do not care. He is an enemy I cannot match unless I risk my life. The King of Heroes, Gilgamesh. She cannot think of anything else but to use the holy sword against that man with 1,000 noble phantasms. Go after 30 minutes, Saber. She recalls Reen's words. It is only one more minute until the appointed time. She breathes out and sets her condition. Wind blows down from the mountaintop. The instant the trees shiver against the evil wind, she starts up the stone steps. She runs up in a flash. Her attack must have been detected the instant she stepped onto the stairs. The last servant should appear at the temple. She will get to him as quickly as possible so she can defeat him before Shiro and Reen arrive. She could not disobey her master's order. She started off after waiting 30 minutes, just as Reen ordered. Even if she arrives at the temple before Reen expects her to, she is not going against Reen's orders. It is just that she will protect her master's life and go against Reen's expectations as a result. Let's go, Saber. You're gonna get a gold star for this. If the thing leaking out from the mountain is pollution, Saber is a raging wind that blows the pollution away. It should not take her a minute to get to the top. She will be 5 minutes faster than what Reen is expecting. She can end her fight against Gilgamesh in that time. She runs, enduring the mountain's chill. The silver armor shoots up to the temple like a bullet, and when she finally reaches the mountain gate... What? Her feet, which should not stop, come to an unexpected halt. Sweat runs down her forehead. She looks up at the mountain gate in astonishment. Wait, is this Assassin? I have been waiting for you. I'm glad you made it in time, Saber. An elegant voice echoes through the night. Moonlight glints off the longsword. On the stairs leading up to the mountain gate stands an enemy who should not exist. What? Assassin! There's no elegance in Saber's voice. An enemy that should not be there. An obstacle that should not exist. She cannot be calm in the face of these surprises. What is wrong, Saber? Is it that much of a surprise that I am here? You should know that I am the guard here. His pleased voice is calm and composed. The swordsman is acting casually, even with the evil wind swirling about. Impossible. Why are you here, assassin? Castor summons you. You cannot exist since Castor is gone. I was about to ask, well, he's an assassin. Doesn't he also have independent action like how archers do? But that could also be wrong. That should be the case for normal servants, but I am a bit special. It is not a person, but this land that is binding me. Masters are the hosts which keep you in this world. It is this mountain in my case. What? The land is the host? Right. Servants, ones without form, cannot maintain other servants, even if they are Magi. A host from this age is needed to keep a servant in this world. That fox summoned me and chose this land to be my host. Therefore, I am a servant that can only appear here. I will not disappear as long as the mountain exists, even if Castor, my summoner, dies. But that is only borrowed time. The fox gave me about 20 days worth of magical energy. You should be able to tell when my limit is. Saying so, the swordsman raises his right hand. Inside his elegant kimono, his white arm is transparent like glass. Assassin, you... I will not last until dawn, as you can see. The appointed time of 20 days is already over. It is just luck that kept me alive this long. She looks up at the swordsman in astonishment. Neither enmity, I hate that word, nor murderous intent is emitted from his sword. He just wishes for a fight. He is demanding a meaningless battle. Then you have stayed just to fight against me, assassin? Do not let me say it, Saber. It will just turn into meaningless words if I say it. He laughs. She can understand how he feels. But she does not have the time right now. The other two will make it in time for the battle unless she hurries. Okay, yeah, I read that right. No, in the worst case, they will reach the temple to face Gilgamesh even before she does. Move aside, assassin. The one that ordered you to protect this gate has died. There's no longer a reason for you to follow that command. Saber asks while she takes a step forward, but... I refuse. I had no reason to fight from the start. Assassin points his sword at Saber, saying that he will start the fight if she comes any closer. No, I do not have a reason to fight. From the very beginning, I have had nothing. I do not have a pride as a heroic spirit, and I do not have a wish I want granted. No, first of all, it was a mistake that I got summoned, because I am not Sasaki Kojiro. Saber's confusion reaches its limits. Sasaki Kojiro. It should be the true identity of this servant. But Assassin himself said that he is a fake. You should not be so surprised. Sasaki Kojiro was never more than a fictional swordsman without a true identity. It is said that he existed, but records on him are too vague. His past was falsely forged as a convenient foe to be a famed swordsman. I am sure a man named Sasaki Kojiro existed. I am also sure that there was a swordsman who used Monoho Shizao. I think that's how you would pronounce that. But they are not the same person. A swordsman with the name Sasaki Kojiro is a fictional character created to be his enemy's foil. You are a fictional heroic spirit? Yes, I am Sasaki Kojiro. It merely means that I am the best suited for this role. I do not have a name, I do not know how to read or write, and I was fortunate enough to be given one. I am a phantom that was summoned just because I could execute Sasaki Kojiro's secret technique. As I am a false servant, I cannot last long. Castor treated me as a disposable servant because of that reason. See, there is no meaning in this, right? Even if I am to perform a great deed here, all the reward will go to Sasaki Kojiro, and I will get nothing, as I am nothing. Everything is meaningless. I am not even clear about myself. I am only a disposable swordsman that acts out the role of Sasaki Kojiro. His longsword wavers. The fictional swordsman created by a fictional story blocks her way as if to fulfill his role. But, if there is meaning in me, it is now. If there is a wish for me who died nameless, he must have He must have dreamed of a match with a superior swordsman who could not have been allowed to witness as a nameless swordsman. That was hard for me to read for some reason. Assassin. Yeah, let me reread that. But if there is meaning in me, it is now. If there is a wish for me who died nameless, he must have dreamed of a match with a superior swordsman who he could not have been allowed to witness as a nameless swordsman. She readies her sword. She cannot convince her enemy. The only way she can answer the swordsman who is prepared for his death is to fight him. Then, let us start. My life will end no matter what. There can be no better end than to die at your hand. His longsword moves. Saber's sword repels a strike like moonlight. His longsword wavers. She cannot match Gilgamesh if she uses up her powers here, but she cannot afford to hold back. No, she does not know if she can win, even if she uses all her powers. His longsword gets more fierce with each blow. A fictional swordsman. A swordsman who can match a heroic spirit without a noble phantasm. She must settle her match with him right here and now. Okay, and I think that that is a great place to stop this episode while I get another sippy dippy of water. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Also, I'm very excited because I don't remember this part at all in the anime. Again, it's been a while since I've seen the anime. I do want to rewatch it. So I probably will, at some point in the future, rewatch the anime. Maybe over the summer, I say, because this will be coming out, like, the last week of May / I mean, the first week of April, last day of March. Maybe I'll do, like, a Fate rewatch, because I've been wanting to rewatch Zero, so I'm like, maybe I should also watch Unlimited Blade Works and the Heaven's Feel. No, I don't want to I don't want to rewatch the Heaven's Feel movies before I read it. No. I'll have to hold. Maybe I should hold off on doing my big Fate rewatch before until I finish the visual novel entirely. That'll be a while though, but like I guess it's worth it. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. The mountain. I was just jumping into it. I was just gung-ho. Hey guys, we're back with more Fate. Let's get back into it. The mountaintop is near. We'll reach the back of the temple once we climb up this mountain. I think there's a big lake there. I see it. We're almost there. Tosaka pushes her way through the branches and runs up the hill. I keep watching our surroundings as I follow behind Tosaka, and so, it greets us the instant we make our way from the hill onto level ground. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Oh, I don't want to look at it. It was gross in the anime, but this is so, ugh. What is this? A lump of meat is wriggling around. The thing in the middle of the lake spews out black blood and shakes as if asking for help. How big is that thing? Already as big as an island. The pile of flesh is slowly... Okay, how big of an island though are we talking about? Because like if it's at the top of a temple, it's not that big. They're not at the top of it. I don't remember. It's slowly expanding. The clear water is now dirty and sticky like coal tar. No way. Is that the Holy Grail? I avert my gaze, unable to stare directly at it. The air on this mountain is that thing's breath. The infinitely flowing magical energy is making that lump of meat explode, and the black blood is polluting the lake. The blood isn't just colorless energy. The black thing is a visible curse. Just looking at that black mud gives me chills. The curse seeps into my brain through my eyes, ordering me to die, and that is all. What the? How can we stop such a thing? The distance is about 30 meters. The lake is shallow and be easy to walk in it, but it's suicidal to go into that mud. Just looking at the curse is almost enough to knock one unconscious. I'll weaken and sink into the mud if I walk a meter into it. That thing is about to explode. I don't know if it was shaped like that from the start, but I bet the original vessel was too small. It can't contain the thing in it, and it's about to break the vessel. Break the vessel? You mean... If Shinji's the Holy Grail, it would mean he would be destroyed. Can you see it? There's something that's shaped like a human in it, right? I think you'll be able to see it. Huh? I look where Tosaka is looking. Within the expanding pile of flesh, I certainly see something shaped like a human. He must be stuck to the flesh. His clothes have been torn off, leaving him naked, visible against his skin. The blood vessels writhe like centipedes connecting him to the meat. It looks bizarre, as if grapevines took a human form. Shinji. I can't see his face, but I'm sure of that physique. Oh, he's seen Shinji's physique enough to be familiar with it to that extent, huh? Nice. Could I recognize my homies if they were butt naked in front of me? Probably. So you know what? Fair enough. I see. So is he alive? I can't tell. He's not dead, but I'm not optimistic enough to say that he's alive in that condition. He's breathing. His body is... I can't even say that. I had a chat. I got so scared. Whenever I go between episodes and I mute my mic, I get so scared that I forgot to unmute it. He's breathing. His body is... Oh wait, nah. Go back. I can't even say that he has human limbs in a way. I thought so. The Holy Grail this time is in human form. So it means it's operated using a person, right? I guess Shinji turned out that way because he's incompatible. But the Holy Grail won't function unless the host is alive. But that thing is about to explode. It's going to destroy Shinji, right? That's because it can't be helped. The Holy Grail will not exist anymore if that happens. That strange thing will flow out from a gate, and the Holy Grail... That strange thing will flow out from a gate, the Holy Grail opens. But we can still make it in time. The Holy Grail has been activated, but it's not in its true form, nor is it broken. That Goldie just wants to open the gate. His objective is to activate the Holy Grail and to destroy the vessel. If he does that, the mysterious mud will flow out infinitely. There's no time to think. We have to pull Shinji out of that thing and stop the Holy Grail. Tosaka, can you do something about the mud? It looks like we can walk on it if we freeze it. That's impossible. I can do it if it's just water, but that thing is a curse made up of magical energy. Even a Maga specialized in freezing would have a hard time freezing a magical energy that took physical form. I see. Then, I guess I'll have to pray and run through it. Or I'll cross the lake before I get cursed and bring back Shinji. Hey, are you gonna go like that? It's impossible, it'll swallow you! You never know unless you try. We don't have time. Saber should be fighting right now. We can't hesitate here. I quickly turn, moving to protect Tosaka. This is surprising. I did not think I would see your face for the third time, you lowlife. A laugh. He appears as if he knows our plan. Gilgamesh! No way. Then who is Saber fighting? It seems Saber is fighting someone from what Tosaka is saying. But I can't tell who she's fighting, nor how she's faring. No, this isn't the time to be thinking about such things. The one before us is the worst possible enemy. He is the strongest servant, the one the three of us had planned to beat together. But only Tosaka and I face him now. Oh, Saber is not here. Oh, Saber is not here. How dull. In that case, I guess I'll settle for killing just the two of you. Coldness emanates from the sea of mud, and the man before me gives off a murderous intent. He already has the noble phantasms ready behind him. I'll be skewered the instant I carelessly take a step forward. No, that'll be too boring. I normally do not allow such a thing, but I shall make an exception for the two of you. Just this once. You two are special guests. I shall give you two a brief grace period. Grace period? I clench my fist as I glare at the enemy. My magic circuit is open. I managed to form 14 blueprints in my head. I'll reproduce his swords once he clicks his fingers. I should be able to let Tosaka escape. What? Do I have to tell you? I'm telling you to stand there until the cocoon hatches. It would be too lonesome if I were the only one to witness it. Seeing this through will give meaning to your lives. I can't listen to him. Our goal is to stop the Holy Grail. If we can still make it, we have to get Shinji back. I see. I'm sorry, but... I won't do as you say. I'm going to go there and stop your Holy Grail right away. Then, Tosaka glares at Gilgamesh from behind me. Oh. He grins. He smiles like that when he decides to kill the one in front of him. Hold on, Tosaka, that's... Can you stop him here, Shiro? I know it's unreasonable, but please hold on until Saber makes it here. I'm going to go pull Shinji out. What? Pull Shinji out? I know, he's still Sakura's brother, and I can't just let him die in front of me. And you believe in saving anyone that can be saved, right? Tosaka runs to the Black Lake. Is she going to go into that mud? Oh, that is quite the face, Gilgamesh. Oh my gosh. How ridiculous. Are you trying to make me die of laughter? He laughs as if to look down on Tosaka's determination. What's so funny? Oh, is it not comical for you, lowlife? Go through that curse. Do you think that a mere human can go through what even a servant cannot bear? Don't take me too lightly. I'm not so weak as to be tainted by this curse. I am not a half spirit like you guys. I'm fully human, so I won't let that curse drown me. It's an obvious bluff, but I'm sure that Tosaka will make it across. As she says, Tosaka-rin isn't so weak as to lose that curse. I see. Then, do as you wish. But I will not allow such a thing. Trace. A sword shoots forward. The sword flies through the air to pierce Tosaka's defenseless back. Off! Why did I say? Off. Whatever. And it is slashed down by Kansho. I breathe hard. I made it. Even though I was prepared, this is the fastest projection I have ever done. It's probably thanks to Tosaka's magical energy. With this, I might be able to... You... Murderous rage fills his red eyes. The projection made him serious. The noble phantasm behind his back increases phantasms behind his back increases in numbers. Shiro. I hear Tosaka's worried voice. I don't turn around, but stare at the enemy with Kansho in hand. Tosaka, I'm leaving Shinji up to you. That's all I say. Alright, I'll bring him back right away. I hear a splashing sound. Tosaka goes into that mud without any hesitation. Whew. Then I'll protect her. I won't allow a single noble phantasm to get past me. I'm your opponent. Beat me if you want to attack Tosaka. I take a step forward. That must have gone on his nerves. The golden servant takes his eyes off Tosaka and looks at me. That girl will die anyway. It was out of compassion that I tried to kill her. The noble phantasms point at me. He lets out a sharp, murderous intent. But it seems I need to teach you a lesson before that. You miserable fraud. I shall teach you the difference between the fake and the real. He releases his treasures unsparingly. Oh, what happened? What's happening? Oh, I thought I was about to go into interlude out. The longsword slashes through the darkness. Saber has yet to be able to close in on our enemy that freely swings his longsword. Oh, this music's sick. It's so rare that this isn't an interlude, though. Unable to dodge, she retreats. The distance between the two does not shrink. There is 1 meter between Saber and Assassin, but Saber is unable to climb the few steps. She bites her lip. She cannot waste any time. She surpasses him in power. She can overpower him if she uses her magical energy and her sword as a shield. Just one blow. She can overpower him if she can withstand just one blow. It can be her arm or leg. If she does not allow the wound to slow her, there will be no second attack. She can certainly slash Assassin after she receives his blow. But, if the attack is to come for her neck, she cannot overpower him. All of this servant's attacks are of that kind. All are meant to take her life. Retreat is the only defense against them. She cannot move forward because of the enemy's technique, and the geographical disadvantage does not allow her to move to either side. She cannot move forward because of those reasons. She must reach the temple alive. The two are fighting. The two are fighting Gilgamesh even at this moment. They might die if she is late. No, in the worst case, they are already... She runs. She rushes upward, yelling as if to deny the ominous thought. The two weapons collide. For some reason, Assassin swings his sword not at the charging Saber, but at the swinging sword. Impressive. As expected from Saber's sword, I thought I'd be able to take a few blows, but it was bent after just one. Sparks fly off. The swords try to push each other away. Assassin blocked my sword? Assassin's sword is fragile. It is a good sword that can even cut steel, but is made by a human. It cannot even be compared to her sword that is not made by men. His longsword would be pulverized if he had used his power to strike back at the oncoming attack. That is why Assassin has parried the attacks and pushed it back at Saber by attacking her body instead of her sword until now. But Assassin blocked this attack. Assassin's sword cannot block Saber's attack no matter how strong he is. The longsword that blocks Saber's attack is bent. There's no way it's as sharp as it was before. I can beat him. I can beat him? Can I beat him without a scratch? Saber asks herself while she pushes back Assassin's longsword. That question becomes an opening. There is a reason why Assassin blocked her sword. She is standing in that position before she realizes it. Their positions are different. They are now standing on the same level. Before she realizes it, Saber has been forced to fight sideways. It is just like before. They are standing on the same plane. This is the position he needs to execute his secret technique. Assassin is able to execute his demonic attack here. Tsubame Gaishi, I forgot how to pronounce that word. 3 arcing blades closing in on the enemy from all sides, allowing no chance for defense or evasion. A chill runs up her back. Assassin, you. Saber stops pushing. She can push him back. She can push Assassin back with her strength, then follow up with a finishing blow or run up the mountain gate. But it will be the same either way. That attack will come the instant she pushes him away. It will end once he executes his technique. It does not matter if she runs up to him or if she turns her back and runs up the mountain. So she cannot push him. She can only loosen up and match Assassin's push. Are you sure you want to relax like that? I can push you back now. Assassin stares at Saber in satisfaction. There is no inhuman emotion there. The longsword is just fascinated. The swordsman is just fascinated by her eyes, trying to find some way out of this hopeless situation. So, this is why you damaged your own weapon. Of course, I wanted to put an end to the match. I thought this would bring out the Saber I saw previously. Do not think about what comes after this battle while we are still fighting. She gasps. Assassin's words are not to insult her, but... The compound is burning. Sounds of sword clashing and breaking. It is the sound of a battle between Gilgamesh and Emiyashiro. It seems the banquet is at its peak. This is no time for you to be staying here. Assassin! She puts power into her arms. She puts magical energy into her sword to push her enemy back. But she cannot do it. She will die when she does so. She will fall into Assassin's trap when she gets away from him. She grits her teeth in frustration. She puts magical energy into her sword without a plan. Then... Why the hesitation? There's only one thing for us to do. The swordsman's voice is clear. Assassin. From the very beginning, we were only summoned to fulfill our roles. As I protected this gate, you have something to protect as well. Then there is nothing to think about. And Saber, you are not the only one who is in a hurry. There is no lie in those words. Those are the first and last true words for the swordsman that fulfilled his role as a fictional character. That he would like for both of them to go all out on each other. The swordsman in front of her is telling her his only wish, his only compensation for being summoned into this world. I apologize for my impoliteness. We certainly do not have time. She releases the magical energy in her sword. The merciless force pushes Assassin back. He slides back about 2 meters. Saber does not move even though she is within Assassin's best range. She does not run up to the mountain gate, nor does she charge at Assassin. She releases the seal. Showing her sword, Saber confronts Assassin. There's no hesitation in her eyes. She will use all her powers if need be. Her eyes state that she will use all her strength to defeat the enemy in front of her. There is nothing to talk about now. The fictional swordsman readies his sword. Let us. He greets his greatest enemy with his strongest technique. Okay. And I think that we will end it there. We still probably have a few episodes left. I was planning to try and finish it tonight, but I ended up getting really busy before, so it'll probably have to be in a little bit longer from now. Like, I'm going to try and record one more episode tonight, but I doubt that that will be the last one, because there's still, like, a few things left for us to do. So yeah, with that all being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, we are back with some more of this. Still nearing the climax. I feel like I've been saying that for the past, like, 18 bajillion episodes. But you know what? It's because we are. It's the truth. It's always been the truth. Technically, every single time I say it, we are nearing the end. So I haven't been wrong yet, and I'm still not. So with that all being said, let's jump into it. She struggles through the sea of tainted meat. Yeah, I hate that sentence so much. The lake isn't even a meter deep. Chunks of flesh carp at the bottom, so she only sinks up to her knees. Jeez, this is too disgusting. She grumbles as she breathes hard. Every step brings a chill, as if she's treading on piles of insects. If she stops moving, the taint on her skin begins to solidify and consume her. Jeez, damn it. She shakes it off with all her might and keeps going. It is almost impossible to keep wading through the rottenness while she's keeping her sanity. After this, she should not even be scared of butchering cattle at the slaughterhouse. Slaughtering a cow would be simple now. So she's getting used to this work now. She is so tense that she'll stop moving when she stops treating this as work. But at least there's no mental damage this way. But she cannot endure it with just willpower. Her temperature rises with each step. The meat on her legs attacks her nerves instantly. Even if she flings it off, the poison has already entered her system. Curses. The malice is almost tangible, and it feels like a disease. One will get sick when touched by it. It taints the nerves, takes away energy, boils the brain, and kills within one step. A normal person would stop moving after 2 steps and would fall into the sea of decay. She does not know what would happen after that. She doesn't even want to consider whether she would be suffocated or be absorbed by the poisoned flesh. Her mind is too overcome with heat to even think about it. Man. She braces her staggering feet and keeps moving. I don't know where knees came into that sentence. Reen did not enter the pool of mud without a plan. She swallowed 2 jewels and is using all of the magical energy. She swallowed 2 jewels? Aren't those things like the size of pebbles? Oh my gosh. And all of the magical energy she saved up to defend herself. If this curse is a crystallization of pure magical energy, she should be able to repel it with a strong magical attack of her own. This is bad. Her vision wavers. Her guess was right, but her scale was off. The swallowed jewels are as good as a paper shield against the curse. This is not something a human can fight against. No human can ward off this curse. And here, one's belief in oneself is the only support of their life. Jeez, jumping into a sea of fire is colder than this. With her jewel's protection, jumping into the sea of fire would be no problem. As soon as she complains, she gets angry at herself and sets her mind straight. It's not true. She cannot be complaining. She concentrates on the sounds behind her. She cannot see the 2 anymore. She doesn't know if Shiro moved the battleground away or if he's just cornered. Either way, it seems the fight has gone to the compound. Just a little bit more. I'll finish this quickly, so... She runs. It's only as fast as walking, but she frantically moves her feet. She pushes her way through the tainted meat. Her breathing ragged, she reaches out. Got it! She climbs up. She can feel the mountain of meat. Oh, it seems better here. She lays on the pulsing ground. This feels even nastier, but the heat violating her nerves goes away. Wait, could this be... She puts her finger on the red ground. It is the same as the black mud, but it has form. It is something that should not exist in this world. Something that came out of the Holy Grail and took form using magical energy. Servants. This is exactly like the servants. She murmurs in blank amazement. She tries to think that this could mean. She tries to think what this could mean, but then stops herself. This isn't the time. There is only one thing she must do right now. Alright, I'm rested. I'm going to find Shinji and get out of here. She gets up and runs along the top of the mountain of meat. It is an island about 50 meters wide. She could not tell before, but this lumpy meat is intertwined. Found him! Within it all, Mato Shinji is there, hidden amongst the flesh. I repel the oncoming swords. There are over 10 noble phantasms, and every one of them has been released to destroy me. I throw away the destroyed sword and prepare for the next attack. I catch my breath in an instant. I can't project with ragged breath, and I'll just be skewered if I don't have a weapon. This battle is not a battle against him. This is a battle against my body. I will die once the speed and precision of my projection goes down. There's no time to rest. In response to his voice, a straight sword points at me. The loaded noble phantasm is is released at fatal speed. Ah, that was such a terrible read. I'm so sorry, guys. Trace. Unable to deflect the full impact, I fall to the ground. I quickly roll to the side and get up, steadying myself. What is wrong? Your quality is going down. You cannot even call it a replica if it'll break in one blow. He laughs. He's obviously enjoying this. There's no way for me to defend myself if he releases all of the noble phantasms behind him. But he releases them one by one, as if to test how much I can take. But that's what's keeping me alive right now. It's too hard to project a weapon after seeing it, even with Tosaka's backup. I can only imitate the shape. I can't construct the ability inside of it, so it gets destroyed with one blow. Why did he say that? He said I'm the only one who can beat him. But this is all I can do. I can't rush at him after I block his attack. I'll need at least 2 weapons, but I'm having trouble projecting 1 weapon, so it's impossible for me to project 2 at once. What? So you're just talk, faker? He must have liked seeing me roll around as he looks delighted. I catch my breath. It's fine as long as he's enjoying this. There's still a chance for me to win. Trace, on. I look within myself, a limited circuit. I mentally lay out as many blueprints as I can. I can see 17 noble phantasms behind him. I read the structure from his appearance, draw out the concept of creation, select the composition material. I vomit blood. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What? I clicked it one time and then it skipped ahead. I thought the visual novel itself was doing that, but no. It's because I'm putting multiple blueprints inside a circuit that usually handles 1 or 2. My nerves are bruised since I started projection, and my body is being destroyed from within. My throat tries to pump out the blood that is filling my stomach. Ew. Possession, experience, sympathy complete. I swallow it and continue with the process. Kansho and Bakuya cannot block his noble phantasms. Archer should be able to with his technique, but I don't have that much skill. There's only one way for me to block the noble phantasms. I need to offset them with the same exact ones. I still have enough magical energy. There's enough supply from Tosaka. But the circuit to channel is about to break. The end is near. When he gets serious, I have to project the same number of noble phantasms as him to stay alive. But my body will die if I project that many. Roll out. Bullet. Clear. I save the overflowing images. The overflowing swords are the ones that will pierce me from within. Emiyashiro will be pierced from within if the circuits cannot be controlled. Oh, you made a lot this time. 10, 15, 17. I see. You reproduced all the noble phantasms you can see. What? Do not take me lightly. What sort of hero would I be if I could not see through a magus? I can easily tell how many spells you are working on. His words are unexpected. The king of hero that possesses thousands of noble phantasms can figure out my magic just by looking at me? Then I shall grade them. Well, I will not allow one of them to stay in this world, no matter how good they may be. Gilgamesh raises his hand. My reaction is delayed. His swords caught my attention, creating a hopeless delay. The 17 noble phantasms are released. King's treasure. A fraction of them charge in, as if to tell me playtime is over. Freeze out. Sword bullet full open. My body wavers. The swords shooting forward and the swords created from within me crash and shake the surroundings. I can't block all of them. Even if I project 17 noble phantasms, I can only give form to them at one at a time. Even if I can form them in succession, I am no match for him, as he can release all of them at once. You're holding well with your fragile works. We should not be able to last more than a few more blows. Come on, you need to hurry or you will die. I hear him laughing behind the swords. 12 more noble phantasms. But you sure are foolish. You know you cannot beat me, so you try to regain the Holy Grail. That decision is correct. You are not even a match for me. My fingertips are burning. The magical energy I emit and the heat from the crashing noble phantasms burn my fingertips mercilessly. 7 more noble phantasms. But then why not just kill Shinji? It is a sure way to stop the Holy Grail. I'm sure you two had a way to kill him without going across that mud. Such hypocrisy to save him, as expected from a lowlife. It's burning out. My circuit is completely burning off. I don't have enough. I can't match this man with a small circuit. Damn, why? Why can't I block them? He said I can beat him, so why am I not even a match? Does that mean I'm making a mistake? 3 more noble phantasms. Will my body last until I block them? No, I should be thinking about the difference between my projection and Archer's. Huh? All senses freeze at that instant. I don't even pay heed to the 3 approaching blades. The golden servant is taking out a sword. A strange sword. My mind burns up the instant I see it. You said this will save the girl. You said you'll save the girl, right? He laughs while the sword roars. I eliminate the 3 remaining blueprints in my circuit and concentrate on reading his sword, but I can't read it. I was able to read every sword, but I can't even read that sword's structure. Then show me. Show me what you can say with your imitations. Oh my gosh, he's using it already? What? A storm of chaos. The wind emitted from his sword even blows away his own noble phantasms as it comes at me. My mind is still blank. I can't come up with any countermeasures, so I just release the remaining magical energy within me. Let us. And the swordsman readies his sword. The only stance for the man who does not have a stance. A fatal technique that cuts his enemy by simultaneously executing blows from different angles. She has experienced the move before. The previous one only had an arc to surround his enemy and a vertical slash. That is why she was able to avoid it and live up to this day. But the real technique has 3 slashes. A circular slash and a vertical slash, and probably a horizontal one that cuts anyone that escapes sideways. There is nowhere to run if the 3 attacks are executed all at once. Once in range, the other 2 attacks will cut you even if one is blocked. One cannot escape sideways, and the longsword will reach out even if one retreats. Demonic technique, Tsubami Gaishi. A godly technique that even surpasses the servants. The ultimate attack, perfected by an anonymous swordsman using all his life. The longsword trembles. His body moves with one step. The distance to attack Saber. Prison-like arcs are executed from a range that does not allow any defense. Saber does not use her holy sword. She cannot use her noble phantasm at this range. No matter how fast Saber may be, Assassin Tsubami Gaishi is many times faster. Her neck will be cut the instant she puts magical energy into her sword. Therefore, her only weapon is pure technique. The blade begins its arc. She feels despair from its precision and speed. Such an attack. How much training was needed to get this far? Fear is the only thing on her mind. It cannot be blocked. This technique is a technique of carnage that challenges gods with a mere human skill. Only God would be able to block it. She gulps. There's a flash as small as a grain of sand. She does not think about what it is, nor if it is correct. She risks everything as she has on her instinct. She charges at her victory with all her might. What did the fictional swordsman think of that? Silver armor passes through the gap beside his arm, the opening between the swordsman's left arm and his waist. Saber must have figured out that small opening is the blind spot of the technique. Even though the attack still chips off her armor, Saber curls up and flies through the opening. An exquisite skill that is only possible with her precognition, her great instinct. She was able to predict the true Tsubami Gaishi since she experienced it once. But that is not the surprising part. It is her determination that kept her alive. She trusted her insight and put all her power into the slight opening. She shook off the fear that she would be slashed if she was even a moment late and charged into the small opening. Therefore, her determination is the strength that defeated the demonic technique. But the match isn't over yet. Even though Tsubami Gaishi was avoided, her enemy is right beside her, and she charged in with speed quicker than the attack. It is not easy to recover her stance from such a charge. The longsword strikes. The attack is the quickest, even if it may not be as quick as the demonic technique. But her attack is a bit quicker than his. Ooh. Oh, let's go. That's sick. What a cool image, dude. Oh, that's so cool. He closes his mouth. He shuts his lips tight and tenses up so that he will not fall down. Blood from his lungs fills his mouth, but he swallows it so that it will not spill out. The golden-haired girl is below him. The way of the swordsman does not allow him to dirty her with his blood. Saber does not say anything. Her golden hair flutters down to the ground. It is a wonder that her head is still attached. It is a miracle that her limbs are still attached. She felt that her body would be slashed the instant she went into that opening. That was the only difference. The longsword. The swordsman techniques would not have stayed invincible if his longsword had not been bent. Oofs. The air is shaking. Another battle is still going on behind the mountain gate. Unsure of what to say, Saber looks up at the dying swordsman. To that? Go. The swordsman tells her without looking at her. How much meaning was contained in that word? Saber pulls out her sword and runs up the stairs. She does not turn back to the swordsman. She runs to fulfill her role. I thought she was a beautiful bird, but she turned out to be a lion. He murmurs as if that was to be expected. She avoided something that even a sparrow could not avoid, so she could not be something that is admired. I was confident in my skills to see through women. I guess I need more training in that as well. The swordman complains with a shrug. His elegant clothing has lost its color already. His stomach is pierced, and his blood-stained feet are vague. He looks down at them and sits. The branches shake. The wind coming down from the top of the mountain rustles the forest. And when the flowers scatter, the wind stops and the moon darkens. The swordsman has disappeared without trace, as if his existence was just an illusion. All right, and I think that's a great place to end. We are definitely ending this within the next 3 episodes. Maybe. Potentially. I don't know. My current plan for it right now is probably just the fight between these two in the next episode. And then just basically taking out the Holy Grail, kind of following action stuff. And then basically the rest of the story in the 3rd episode. I think we only have 3 more left after this. That's really exciting. I can't wait. So yeah, with that all being said, I will see all of you beautiful people in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, we are back with more of this. Probably the last session. I've said that like for the past 3 sessions, but hey, you know what? One of these times I'll be right. So yeah, with that also, hey, I'm a cat now. Ha. I just found all these assets in the Vtuber studio, so I was like, yeah, I can just be a cat now. In one of my other episodes for Breath of the Wild, I was a bunny. So it's fun. Anyways, at that instant, I developed the strongest weapon I have projected, but it doesn't even serve as a shield. The Sword of Separation. The mysterious sword cuts through the wind, destroys 6 noble phantasms, and cuts my body apart. Whoa, what? It's disappearing. The circuit is disconnected and Tosaka's magical energy disperses without a place to go. Damn. I cursed my worthlessness. I knew that I'm unskilled. I cursed myself for never thinking twice. Why is this all the magical energy I have? Just a bit more. If I could reach into that darkness just a bit more, I could have fought like him. Did I get like a bad end? What is happening? I fall to the ground. I fly through the air and crash to the ground with great force. I don't feel pain from the landing. I don't have such a sense anymore. Even my mind is going blank. Before I die, the only thing filling in my head is a surprise that my limbs are still attached. So, that is all you can manage? I guess a fraud is just a fraud. You cannot save anyone. My heartbeat gets weaker. My lungs do not move, rendering me unable to breathe. It would have been more fun if I let Archer live. He was a faker as well, but his ideal is not vulgar. I can't see anything, but it seems it's not because my eyes are broken. My organs are just too messed up to function as they should. Maybe it's fortunate. I don't have any sense of pain, so I should be able to die easily. Oh, I remember now. I remember, now that I think about it. You said your ideal is a borrowed one. How conceited of you to think that you can manage anything when you have nothing you created yourself. I can't do that. Even if I might go crazy from the pain, I need to regain my consciousness. The deep part of me says so as it points to that place. A superhero? A world where no one gets hurt? Ridiculous. No world can preserve happiness without harming anyone. Humans cannot live without sacrifices. Peace is a myth created by those who cower in the fear of the dark. You lowlife. Your ideal is just an excuse to cover up your ugliness. I raise my arm, which should not be moving. My fallen body, and my dying mind. I raise my hand to grab something like I did on that day. Oh, wait. Oh. Hang on. Ooh, I love it. I don't know what's funny, but I had to put my headphones on, so if I sound a little weird when I'm specifically doing other characters' voices, it's because I can't really hear myself that well right now. I don't know what's funny, but someone's laughing. It seems like everyone in this world is laughing. A fake wish? A borrowed ideal. Someone scorning me, saying that my dream won't come true. Yes, that's exactly right. My wishes are all borrowed. I just admired the wish of wanting to help someone because it's beautiful. So there's nothing that came from within me. My body has always been driven by a curse-like obsession with helping others. That's why it's a fake. Such an imitation cannot save anything. First of all, I'm not sure what needs to be saved. But I still felt that it's beautiful. It was not born from within me. I just saw someone save others and copied that behavior. I was empty back then. Everyone died and I could not save anyone. I could not bear the fear in front of me unless I gave up, saying that humans are weak. That's why. That's why I admired the ideal. Because it was something I did not have, and its sanctity brought tears to my eyes. Is that wrong? Is it a fake if it's not mine? Even if my wish is fake, is it wrong for it to come true? No, I don't think it's wrong. I don't care, even if it's fake. I'll make it come true, even if it's an impossible ideal. It's an impossible wish from the start, an unreachable utopia. Then, even if Emyashiro is a fake, what's there has to be true. That's right. I already knew that. I know that I can't save everything. I know that there's no help without sacrifices. I know that reality is like that because I became an adult. I know it's only an ideal, but I still continue to seek it. It's not the end after someone gets hurt. Even if the best possible outcome has someone get hurt to save many others, I still want to pursue a resolution where nobody is hurt. That there is no justice in this world, and that people die meaninglessly in reality. I don't think such words are right. And he reaches this place at the end. What I believed in. He said that they are all fake. But the one who said so followed through on his hypocrisy. Then I can keep going. I don't care, even if it's a fake. First of all, I'm too simple-minded to worry about such a thing. I make up my mind on this hill of swords, that if I can save the world in front of me, I will fight for it. I didn't even need to think about it. My world is small. This small world is all I have ever been able to create. That's right. I am the bone of my sword. Yes, so I can endure many things. Miyashiro can keep his dream until the very end, even if what I seek is nowhere. I need water. So that's it? I raise my body. I can move my limbs again as soon as my consciousness returns. My body still moves. It's a wonder that I'm still alive, let alone moving after his attack, but I don't care. If I'm alive, there must be a reason why. It's just that I don't know why. Did you project a shield? I was reluctant to use that sword, but it should have been fatal. You are rather tenacious, boy. You are reluctant? What's there to hold back when you have so many weapons? I keep my distance while I catch my breath. I know how to do it now. I should be able to do it with the backup from Tosaka. The problem is the casting. Even though I have it memorized, I don't know how fast I can get it working until I try. That was a sword that only a ruler is allowed to use. I showed it to you for the fun of it, but it is not something to be used against a lowlife. Saber is the only one allowed to fight against it. I will not be able to face Saber if I sully it on one such as you. Numerous noble phantasms appear, but they are all third-rate. The difference is obvious after seeing that previous sword. But they're not something I can take lightly. Isn't that Gay Bulg right there? I mean, I guess to compare to Aya, it is, yeah. Or Enema Ellet. I forgot what it was called, sorry. But they are not something I can take lightly. They are more than enough to kill me. The difference in our powers is the same. Even though I managed to survive the previous attack, I cannot match that servant with my projection. Oh, are you done with your copying? So you finally understand that it is useless, huh? Then disappear. I will not leave a piece of your copying brain behind. The noble phantasms are released. But Shiro! A blue rushing wind repels them. Saber! Gilgamesh jumps back instantly. Even Gilgamesh is cautious against Saber. He wants to avoid hand-to-hand combat with her, as his technique is inferior. Good. Are you alright, Shiro? Sorry that I am late. I will take over now. Please stay away. No. I can manage Gilgamesh by myself. You're the one to go, Saber. What? What are you saying, Shiro? You will fight him in that state of yours? No, Hamagas cannot match a servant in the first place. You should know that. Yeah, but Gilgamesh and I are an exception. Trust me. I'll probably be able to beat him. Saber gasps. Saber is surprised because she believes my words. Please hurry to the back, Saber. Tosaka is stopping the Holy Grail by herself. You're the only one who can destroy it. She closes her eyes once. A few seconds. No, it's not even for a second. Good luck. I will go save Reen. She says what I want to hear the most and steps away from Gilgamesh. Her silver armor turns away. Saber. I stop her just once. I could not save you. And I say it. I say it in place of the one who cared for her. I don't think that Holy Grail is the one you seek. Go take a good look at it so that you won't make a mistake next time. Shiro? Sorry, I can't put this into words real well. I guess I wasn't fit to be your master. So, I couldn't even figure out your true desire. That is not true. You are my master, Shiro. Saber? I shall go fulfill my role as a servant. We shall talk afterwards. She runs without turning back. She is gallant and looks like the wind. Saber has left. She believed in my promise that I would win and went to save Tosaka. Let's start. I have no hesitation now. All that's left is for me to defeat the enemy in front of me. Are you mad? You are letting your only chance of victory so... You are letting go of your only chance of victory so that you can save that girl? Idiot. It is a lie to sacrifice yourself. You are a true hypocrite for not being able to realize that. Yes, I shall praise you for that. The noble phantasms are set. There are about 30 of them. If I want to block them, I'll have to create it. Imitations. Faker, huh? Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. I certainly am a faker. I raise my arm. I close one eye and look inside of me. I had the wrong idea. My magic isn't creating swords. First of all, I can't do such a skillful thing. That's right. Tosaka said it too. I can only use one kind of magic. Strengthening and projection are just a byproduct of it. That's right. There's only one thing I can do, and that is to put shape to my mind. I grab my right hand with my left and glare at Gilgamesh. I am the bone of my sword. I cast a spell. Casting is only a suggestion to change myself. These words are to connect Emyashiro. I see. I am done with hearing your nonsense. The numerous noble phantasms are released. I'll make it. This is why one of my eyes is open. I pull out a shield from the hill to block the oncoming noble phantasms. The swarm of swords batter against the shield. The shield is me, myself. My body breaks up as each petal of the shield is pierced and damaged. Steel is my body, and fire is my blood. There's only one place I need to reach. The flowing power fills me to capacity in an instant. What? What caused his shock? Is it his noble phantasms that cannot penetrate through a single shield? Or is it the magical energy in front of him? I have created over 1,000 blades, unaware of loss, nor aware of gain. It breaks. The overflowing magical energy cannot be controlled. Magical energy 10 times the capacity of the circuits breaks its foundation trying to escape. I cannot break through. Blood trickles from my mouth. The shield is full of holes now. Even though the noble phantasms did not reach me, my body is full of holes. But still, withstood pain to create weapons, waiting for one's arrival. The magical energy rages around, but I don't care. This body is a circuit specialized to use this one magic from the start. Then there should be more. There should be something beyond this if I can't make it with this circuit. No, it is already there. It's just that I can't see it. There was no limitations to the circuit from the start. If it was darkness, not a wall that stopped the magical energy, then the limit is somewhere beyond the darkness. I have no regrets. This is the only path. Magical energy 10 times the capacity of the circuit breaks its foundations trying to escape, and I use 100 circuits to take in 1,000 times the capacity. My whole life was unlimited blade works! I cast the true name. At that instant. I hope it doesn't cut away. Oh. Everything breaks and everything reforms. Oh. Also, I apologize if my computer's a little too loud. I don't know why it's been a little on the fritz recently. Fire runs. The fire becomes a wall and creates a border, changing the world. A desolate land remains. A hill with numerous swords. What does he think of the scenery? The golden servant stands there with a gruesome expression. That's right, I don't create swords. I create a world that contains infinite swords. That is the only magic allowed for Emyashiro. A desolate land, a graveyard of swords devoid of life. Every sword exists in this world, as swords are reproduced just at a glance. This is Emyashiro's world. A reality marble. It is the greatest forbidden magic that embodies the caster's internal world. This is heroic spirit Emya's noble phantasm and the only weapon I possess. Everything is here, and nothing is here. That is why this is called Unlimited Blade Works. This is the only defining answer obtained by the one who lived as a sword all his life. Reality marble. So, this is your ability. I take a step forward. Stuck in the ground next to me are swords that are floating behind Gilgamesh. There's no need to be surprised. These are all imitations. As you say, these are all trifling swords. I reach out my arms. The swords come out as if to accept me as their user. But there's no rule that an imitation cannot defeat the original. If you say you are the original, I shall surpass every one of your weapons and destroy your existence. I move forward. In front of me is a servant with 1,000 treasures. Oh. Here I come, King of Heroes. Do you have enough weapons in stock? You forget your place, lowlife. The enemy opens the gate and readies his numerous noble phantasms. I run across the deserted land. The two groups of swords start the final match. Don't cut away. Don't cut away, you little pee-pee face. I want, if the fight kept going, I would have kept the episode going too, but I think that's a good place to end it. We'll do whatever shenanigans they're doing, and then we'll have an entire episode dedicated to Shiro versus Gilgamesh, because I'm sure it's going to be like 30 minutes long, and I'm like, yeah, that deserves to be its own thing. I thought it was going to be there, so I was like, yeah, we're at like my recording's at like 17 minutes, but we're like basically like 15 minutes, so I was like, yeah, we can just have it be like a 45-minute episode today. It's Gilgamesh versus Shiro's worth it. But no. I guess I guess it makes sense to cut away at this point, so then we don't do all this after the fight, I guess. But yeah, with that all being said, I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, we are back to do all of the shenanigans with the wacky adventures of Rina and Saber destroying the Holy Grail. So yeah, let's just get into it. What is that? The first thing Saber sees after getting to the lake is a giant mountain of meat. She is not a normal knight. She fought many monsters back when she was called a hero. She has even fought dragons, considered the strongest of the fantasy races. But even Saber falters against the mountains of meat. It is not because of its ugliness. It is because she can tell that the lumps of meat and the curse flowing out of it are the same as her. A servant? Can a servant turn out to be that different if the summoning is done in the wrong way? Or is that the power of the Holy Grail? She stares at it and shakes her head. Reen! Reen, where are you? She runs to the lake and yells to the other side. She is hesitant to enter the black mud. It is not because it would be unpleasant. Her instincts tell her that as a half-spirit, she cannot touch it. She hears a voice. It is weak, but she hears her master. She looks at the mountain of meat and... Reen? She steps forward without hesitation. Hold on! No, don't come in, Saber! Saber stops. She stops her feet and glares at the mountain of meat while holding up her sword. But Reen, just don't. You'll turn into this if you touch the mud. Please stay there and get ready to use your noble phantasm. This thing will explode soon. Use your noble phantasm on this before that. Saber cannot nod to her master's words. She can tell that the lump of meat is about to hatch. The squirms are turning into throbs and the mud is spreading even further. The lake has turned black and the mud is spilling onto the ground. That thing is growing. The world's restraining power will be activated if that thing is left alone. It is natural for her to destroy it with her holy sword. But to do that... Please get out, Reen. I can do it once you get out. Yeah. Alright, I'll leave it to you, but go ahead and use it if I don't make it out on time. The contract between us will go away, but you should be fine if Shiro is alive. Do not say such a thing. I do not care. I can handle this curse. Saber runs to the black mud so she can get to that lump of meat. But her body does not move. Her body stops when she tries to go near the lake. Reen, did you use the command spell? Of course. I can't let the only one who can destroy the Holy Grail die. I told you, it's all good. I'll easily get out from here. You can rest assured and stand by with your noble phantasm. She sounds calm and composed like always. Reen. But it does not need to be said that this is just a bluff. The island of meat on the other side. There's nowhere for her master to run. Yeah. Right, well, talk is cheap. She murmurs while being surrounded by arms made out of the meat. The situation is hopeless. Mato Shinji was saved. She ripped off the blood vessels and nerves connected to the meat to let Shinji out. One can say he's alive, ignoring all the after effects he may have. No, he looks like he is just unconscious, so one could say that he is healthier than the girl carrying him. The problem is after that. I guess it would be desperate if it gets its heart taken away. Will it let me go if I give Shinji back? She slowly moves while she stares at the numerous tentacles. But there's no exit. The tentacles are blocking the way out of the lake. Even if she escapes the tentacles trying to swallow her, she will not be able to get past that wall. Crap, my powers! She almost falls along with Shinji, but she desperately keeps herself up. She went through the cursed sea and even performed neurosurgery to separate Mato Shinji from the mountain of meat. She went as far as using her reserve magical energy that she hadn't used for ages, but... God, that idiot, he took too much of my magical energy without any reserve. I'm all empty now thanks to him. She bears the dizziness as she complains, but she's not serious, and it wouldn't matter even if she did have more power. The tentacles around her are not moving because their target is still standing. They should react right away once they find out that the thing in their body is poison. Tosaka Rin and Mato Shinji are alive because they do not have magical energy to be consumed. But I guess this is it. It's getting hard for me to stay standing. Her vision becomes hazy. Even though she has a foothold, she is still on the mud. Her nerves are getting further infiltrated with each passing second. She will become the new core of the Holy Grail if she falls down onto the meat. Tasty. But before that, I'm sorry, Saber. You probably won't obey me, so I'll force you to do it. She has one more command spell. That's enough for her to order Saber to use her holy sword. And I have to apologize to you too. I couldn't save Shinji. Oh no, that's such a terrible thing. Just run. I do not want to hear such whining. What? She stops her collapsing body. That voice. The voice coming into her head is definitely that of the servant she has made a contract with. Wait. There's no time to waste. She knows his personality all too well. He told her to run, so he must have done something that she won't escape unless she's told does as she's told. She runs. The arrows coming down from the sky are literally a heavy rain. They destroy the tentacles, the ground, and everything in her path. There's no time to turn back. She runs full speed while carrying Shinji. She jumps into the lake. The arrows have swept the black mud away to make her an escape route. It is only for a short while, but there's only dirty water between her and the opposite shore. She runs across the lake while carrying Mato Shinji. She runs with all her might, mud splashing around her. Please, save her! Her magical energy replies to the yelling voice. There is no need to check. The golden sword mows down everything in its path with its overwhelming power. That mountain of meat is cut in half and breaks down. The black mud evaporates and the light turns the lake into a flat field. It is a waterfall of light that eliminates everything. Bathed in the light, the swordsman accepts that her battle has ended. This is the end. My battle is over. Who did she say that to? The wielder of the Holy Sword is on her knees and watches the light with a flood of emotions. The Holy Grail is breaking down. The thing she sought out, the thing that should have saved her. She destroyed it with her own hands and finally realized her mistake. One boy and one hero. The man that got twisted at the end of his ideals was still a boy. His regrets are so heavy that they cannot all be carried. His crimes are so deep that they cannot be atoned for. But there was something he did not give up on. The knight in red finally arrived at an answer at the very end. Then she has to move forward as well. The end where she took her hands off of the sword. She will run past that hill under her own will. The contract is complete. You are victorious, Rin. The Holy Sword fades away. She still has some magical energy left. She can stay in this world if she pushes herself. If she can, she would like to see what awaits them in the end. But that is not my role. Shiro has Rin. She literally went, yeah, I'm not the love interest of this route, so I'm a peace out, baby. Her body continues to disappear, and the night vanishes from this world as if engulfed by the light. Like a brave gust of wind, The king that sought the Holy Grail sets off for the Hill of Destiny without leaving a trail of memories behind. Part of me is so tempted to end the episode right here, but I'm not going to because that would only be 8 minutes. If it was like closer to like 50 minutes, I absolutely would have ended it to just let this be its own episode. But you know what? Whatever. We're doing it. We're doing it this time, baby. Yes, we are. You guys hear that? You guys hear that? I oppose the longsword with the longsword. The swords break each other, and the shards are sent flying. Damn, do not! A curved sword appears behind him. Overestimate yourself, kid! But I pull out the curved sword by my feet faster than him, and as I swing it straight at him... Oh! Let's go, Shiro! Let's go, Shiro! Gilgamesh retreats. I close the distance at once, pull out a sword, and slash at him. Gah, why? Why am I losing to a low-life sword? I crash my swords against the appearing noble phantasms. I am not thinking. My body and mind will fail if I stop. That's why I will keep moving forward. The instant I see his noble phantasms, I reel in the exact same one and swing it with all my might. Impossible! Am I being cornered by such a sham? The sounds of swords crashing echo through the area. He cannot handle my attacks and has to destroy my weapon with his. That will be the cause of his defeat. He is the greatest heroic spirit, as he has over 1,000 noble phantasms at his leisure. But he is only an owner. He does not have one weapon, so he is not a wielder who can use his weapons to its maximum potential. Even in this world, I am no match against any other servants. I cannot match the Ultimate One, even with this infinite swords. Gilgamesh must have the ability, but I do not. Therefore, this is the only servant I can match. As we have the same ability, as we are both owners, I am always one step behind of him, since my swords are there. I am always one step behind of him, since my swords are there, ready to be used. Damn. I did not think I'd have to use swords against... my sword against a lowlife like you. Gilgamesh raises his hand. The sword appearing behind him is the mnemonic sword, the only sword that does not exist in this world. I won't let you! I swing my twin swords. The Khonshu and Bakuya. I reel and slice off Gilgamesh's arm that tries to reach for his sword. What? The weapons stop. His arm and swords fall to the ground, leaving him defenseless. My body acts before I can think. Confident in my victory, my limbs move to slash the King of Heroes. He jumps back, barely avoiding the twin swords. Gilgamesh retreats still further. You are stronger than me here. Gilgamesh admits his defeat and tries to retreat. I won't let him escape. If I lose, I'll lose if he regains his composure. I have to settle the match right here. You go, damn it! Damn. He must have realized he will not be able to escape, as he pulls out a noble phantasm from behind him. But I'm faster. I'll surely... Huh? What? Our voices overlap. The change happens in an instant. The light coming from the lake eliminates the Hill of Swords. A great magical energy has smashed away the already disappearing reality marble. That's fine. The match is settled. I can beat the servant by slashing him with my twin swords. But after the reality marble is blown away... A black void. A big void enough to swallow a human being. It appears before me, right on Gilgamesh. What? Gilgamesh looks down at his body in astonishment. His body is being swallowed. The golden servant is swallowed by the void appearing on his body. Did he want to say wait? The void mercilessly swallows the servant. There was no way for him to escape. The void was opened on his body. There's no way one can escape something that is on their body. What was that? I stand there dumbfounded. The void in front of me is shrinking. I don't know what this is. but it seems Tosaka and Saber were able to destroy the Holy Grail. My only guess is that the after effect created the Black Void to eliminate Gilgamesh. Phew. Anyway, now, everything is over. My twin swords disappear. The magical energy in me fades away. Oh, crap. And at the same time, fatigue assails me. Damn, this is bad. I can't walk. I want to go see how Tosaka's doing, but my body will not move. Well, I'm sure she'll be alright since Saber went to go save her. Right, I guess. I can rest a bit. And after I take a deep breath... What? The chain wraps around my arm. Oh, that's a fun image. I gasp. The chain drags my body towards the void. I put power to my body, but I can't resist. My feet slide across the ground towards the void. Fool! Does it not know a servant cannot become the core? You! He is peering from the void, but his body has melted here and there, so that void must melt everything it swallows. God damn it! I try to get the chain off of me, but it doesn't even budge. This chain, even restrained Berserker, it's not something I can pry off. I'm being pulled towards it. I'll be swallowed like him if I go near that void. Damn it, are you trying to take me with you? I have no intention of dying. Stay right there until I pull myself out, you lowlife. You. He's arrogant even in this situation. Oh, damn. But what can I do? I can't get this chain off of me. I'll be swallowed into that void along with him. Even if I can hold my ground, he'll pull himself out. It means I'm going to die either way. What? What? I mean, I'm going to save this for the bad end video. But why? No way I can't give up so easily. I feel dizzy. I can't brace myself anymore. I want to see if anyone picked that choice. I'll die. I can't endure it at the very end. Should I loosen up since I can't brace myself? If I do so, I should be able to push him back into the void. Don't take me so lightly. I won't let you take me with you. I gather my courage. Will my arm rip off first? Will his chain rip off first? Or will he come out first? I don't care either way. I'll fight until the very end and die gallantly. You can do that if you wish, but dodge to your right before you do that. Huh? I turn around instantly. I look back at the compound, which has turned into a flat field. At the same time, something passes by me. Ooh, that's a good image. You, Archer. The chain is released. Looking like he saw something unexpected, Gilgamesh lets go of the chain. I fall on my butt. I sit there dumbfounded and the void shrinks and disappears in front of me. That was... I can't stand up and just look behind me to the flat field. Dawn is near. The one with the rising sun behind him is the knight in red. Damn show-off. I complain without thinking. But I'm smiling happily for some reason. Well, I have nothing to say to him. I guess I'll stay quiet so I can sleep. A golden field that is now deserted. Seeing the knight standing there and Tosaka running to him, I lay on the ground. Tosaka should say everything I want to say to him. So, I'll sleep for now. We'll end up fighting if we see each other again, and I'm not used to parting with myself. And for the final time, I engrave my ideal into my mind so that I won't forget it, and I close my eyes. And I think that that is a perfect spot to end it. We'll get Reen's goodbyes with Archer, and maybe wrap up in the next episode, or maybe there might be one more episode at most. I doubt it though, but yeah. Until then, I'm excited. Anyways, bye-bye. All right, we are back with the last or semi-last episode of Unlimited Blade Works. Yeah, let's just get into it. The land below him is like a wasteland he once walked on. There's nothing here. There is nothing, as everything was blown away from the mountaintop. The battle has ended. The battle for the Holy Grail has ended, and the curtain is about to fall on his battle as well. He does not know how long it was, but the accumulated wish that should have bound him forever is gone now. The end quickly permeates into him and takes away his body's form. Archer! He looks towards the voice. She should not have the she should not have the off to a great start already. She should not have the energy to run, but she is running with ragged breath. He watches it in silence. The girl that ran up to him looks up at the night. The red cloak fluttering in the wind shows no trace of what it used to be. The cloak is cut everywhere, and his armor is cracked and torn. His existence is weak. Standing there haughtily, the knight begins to disappear from his feet up. Archer? The rising... I kind of want to lean out of this a little bit. Like, yeah, like, I'm just going to be looking over this way because I don't want to be, like, too in the way. Archer, the rising sun is in the distance. A golden light is emerging from the horizon. Too bad. Well, hang on, I'm going to turn my mic as well. Too bad. Well, that's what happened. Give up on this Holy Grail, Reen. He must not have anything special to say. The Knight in Red says trivial things. Actually, what I'm not going to worry about being too into it. Because it's just my shoulder and a little bit of my hair that's covering the image. We're fine. That gets to her all the more. That gets to her all the more. The knight who is about to disappear is still acting like before. He is her partner that she spoke cynically with, ran through the battles with, and trusted her back to. She can declare that those days were fun. And it is still there before her eyes. He has remained in this world to save her at the last moment. He lost his master and received the King of Heroes. And received the King of Heroes' noble phantasms. His body was disappearing, but he did not come to her and ask for help, and he instead watched over this battle. And the end is in front of her. Archer. The girl cannot think of what to say. It is always like this for her at the most crucial times. She loses her cleverness when it counts the most. The knight smiles a bit. He knew that from the start. The clumsiness of the girl is a dear memory for the knight. What? You don't have to laugh at me at the same time at a time like this? She looks up at the knight. Oh, excuse me. It's because you look so terrible. I was just amazed at how worn out we are. He smiles while he talks. She gets a lump in her throat after seeing his regret-free face. The instant she wonders if he should really disappear. Archer, form a contract with me again. She says something she shouldn't. I cannot do that. I do not know if you will keep your contract with Saber. I do not know if you will keep your contract with Saber, but I am not qualified for that. I do not have a goal anymore. My battle ends here. His reply is free of doubt, and his will is strong. His face is as bright as the rising sun, and how can she force him when he's making a face like that? But you won't be saved. The girl swallows her words and hangs her head. That is not something the girl should say, and it's not something that is solved by keeping the knight in this world. Man, I do not have any attachment to this world, but it's troubling to have her cry. For him, the girl always has to be a positive, indulgent realist. He was always encouraged by her figure, so he wants her to stay that way until the very end. Reen. Gosh, this art, the lighting in this is so beautiful. The girl looks up at his voice. Her face looks cute, trying to hold back the tears. Rather than expressing the attachment he feels, he looks at the boy lying in the distance. Please take care of me. I think you know, but I am unreliable. Please support me. The knight says so as if it's somebody else's burden. Those are words of parting. The future might change if a girl like her stays with Emiya Shiro. The hero Emiya should not be born. His words contain such hope. Archer. But even if it ends up that way, the already existing knight will forever be a guardian. The boy and the man are two different existences. They only have the same starting point, and he is an ideal that the boy dreamed of. There is no salvation available for this knight. There is nothing to give to him, as he has already died and become a phenomenon. She nods in spite of that. She cannot give him anything, so she will give him her best smile. He asked her to take care of him. She smiles so that she can answer the trust he put in her. Yeah, I know. I'll do my best. I'll do my best so that he won't get twisted like you. I'll do my best that he will be able to... so that he will be able to like himself. So you should also... forgive yourself. She does not put it into words. She looks up at the disappearing night with a flood of emotions. How much salvation did it bring? After engraving the girl's smile into his memory with pride. I found my answer. It's fine, Tosaka. I'll do my best from now on as well. A breeze. The knight has finally rested his wounded body without waiting for the girl's reply. I never got to complain to you. She wipes away her tears and talks to the one who is not there. Her voice is clear and the girl is standing firm again. It is only natural. She does not have time to be depressed after he made a face like that. She says goodbye to the ground that the knight was standing on and runs to the boy laying on the ground. Without the golden sunrise, the smile he had was like that of the boy. Dang, dude, that was beautiful. Sorry to ruin the moment. Epilogue. Yeah, this is the final episode. Let's go. We did it. We made it to the end. I sometimes recall the fight. The crying spirit and the sparks flying off of the clashing swords. My attacks were immature, and it's not something one could call a sword dance. We were both clumsy and do not know of retreat. The ridiculous sounds of clashing swords were annoying, and I have no memory of them. At that time, I lost an answer and found an answer. So a plus and a minus makes a 0. Nothing has changed. He's him, and I'm me. I'm just watching this fading dream. It's been only a month, but it feels so dear now. It seems like it happened so long ago. The memory of it is fading day by day, and I can't even remember what the person I was fighting looked like. But that is to be expected. That was something that was impossible from the start. We did not believe that the fight would change anything. We just tried to beat each other to ascertain ourselves. So there's nothing to gain from victory. There never was any such thing. The loser comes to an end, and there is no prize for the winner. Man, it really was good for nothing. But I can still recall if I close my eyes. The echoes of unrefined metals. A dazzling distant technique that knew no retreat. It was our beliefs that crashed against each other. I fought against my own ideals to carry out my hope. The result is not clear yet. I don't know who won or which of us remained. It should be a while before the results becomes clear. An illusion, like a mirage that disappears when one turns around. Only the reverberation remains, and my feet will eventually reach. Wake up, you fool! Everyone else has already left for the assembly. Are you going to boycott it even though you're at school? My body is being shaken. The voice brings me back to reality. I forgot his name, but I was going to be like, is this him doing this? Wait, why are you here, Issei? Issei. I almost said Ida from My Hero. I raise my head and look at my classmate. Why? We are in our classroom today. We are in our classroom. Today is our last day, and it is 10 minutes before the closing ceremony. I came to look for you since I did not see you, but I did not expect you to find you here sleeping. Oh gosh, I am struggling so much with this. I'm so sorry. I don't know if he's in a hurry or just plain angry, but Issei yells at me. We're the only ones in the classroom. It's 9:50. The closing ceremony starts at 10 o'clock, so I bet everyone's at the gym already. Hey, are you really awake, Emiya? Yeah, that woke me up completely. Thanks, Issei. I'm glad you came to wake me up. It's fine if you understand, but thank me later. We won't make it unless we hurry. We do not want to think about how angry Fujimaru-sensei would get if she finds out we are not there. Oh, gotcha. I can't face my classmates if Fujini gives us ridiculous amounts of homework before the vacation. I'll make sure to calm her down. Please, we will be too ashamed to face her classmates if she gives us more homework. I am sure they will curse us. He sounds scary, but the frightening truth is that it's very possible. The actual homework she gave us last summer after we got her mad was ridiculous. It wasn't even English homework. What was she thinking when she told us to enter any competition to win a medal? Emiya, we have to hurry! Sorry, I'm coming! We should hurry to the gym for now. It only takes 3 minutes if we run. We should make it 5 minutes early if no teachers find us. No, we cannot run in the hallway. I was too optimistic. As expected from the student council president, he is really committed as he is following the rules even now. That's splendid, Issei, but we won't make it if we walk. Let us hurry without running. We can make up any excuse as long as we are there on time. I nod and walk faster. We are in the middle of March and the sky is amazingly blue. Fuyuki City has long winters, but spring is finally... Oh my gosh, that's a long winter? Middle of March? Oh my gosh, this is basically how it was across all of the US. I don't know if this was affecting the rest of the world too, but like it was... It's kind of still going sometimes. It was pretty cold the past like 4 days as of March 10th. So, I mean May 10th. But spring is finally around the corner. The days went by quickly. It's been a month since the Holy Grail War. The city is back to normal now. The Holy Grail has been destroyed, and most of the damage caused by the Masters was taken care of by the Church. The person that came as a replacement for Kotomine is old but energetic, and everything was smoothly settled. But one can see the after effects of the battle here and there. Kuzuki Suichiro, the person that chose to fight as a master, is considered missing. Issei was sad that the one who he treated as his older brother was gone, but he suddenly showed up at the temple to start with. It was only fitting that he leaves the same way. Issei just laughed it off. The surprising thing is Fujini, and it turned out that they often drank tea together. She complained that she wanted to fight him once, so she probably would have been destroyed. I'm sure Fujini is incredible at fighting, as implied by every other character, but like, well, I guess that was him amped by Caster, so maybe, I don't know. So it seems Fujini knew that Kuzuki was a master of martial arts. Shinji's life has been... Well, okay. I got a notification that scared the crap out of me. Shinji's life has been saved thanks to Tosaka, and he's currently in the hospital. I guess the hospital is part of the Magic Association, and he's getting better. Sakura is busy visiting Shinji, so she's been showing up at my place only on the weekends. I went to check up on them once, and they were getting along surprisingly well. You know, I don't think Shinji deserves it. I feel like a lot of people deserve second chances for things, and a lot of people get too mad about, like, very little things. But with what Shinji has done to Sakura, for at least the past, like, what is it, like, I want to say at least 8 years, he doesn't deserve a second chance. I don't know if that event took something out of him, or if he's just unenergetic from the wounds. Either way, Shinji is ironic but honest, and he's acting more like the Shinji I first got to know. Saber is not here anymore. She left this world after destroying the Holy Grail. Something constraining her must have been released when she destroyed the Holy Grail with her own hands. It's vexing that I cannot say goodbye to her, but I should be glad that she's freed from the binding of the Holy Grail. If I ever do see her again, I want to thank her as much as I can. So, and finally, the most important person. Tosaka! Right after we get down to the first floor. Oh, Student Council President! Are you patrolling the building at this time? Or are you taking care of the club rooms? I'm getting tired of saying this, but you really are diligent. We meet up with the person representing the students at the closing ceremony who's coming out of the teacher's office. I am also tired of hearing that line. Try guessing something else for a change. Or do you keep saying that on purpose? Issei glares at Tosaka. Of course it was on purpose. What, did you not realize that until now? Oh, I see. I thought you had more sense of humor. But I guess you really are a blockhead. That was her saying that, I realized halfway through. I am very sorry. I always use the same greeting to show my affection for you, but I guess it's hard for you to understand. What do you mean by affection? I have not done anything that deserves your affection. Come, Emiya. We will be late if we concern ourselves with this fox. Issei sure doesn't get along with Tosaka. Well, I feel the same way, so I'm in no position to feel sympathy. So, our eyes meet as I walk past her. We decided to act normally when there are people around. I naturally ignore Tosaka and follow Issei, but... Good morning, Emiya. I'm glad you seem well. I don't know what she's angry about, but she embraces my arm and puts on a big smile. My head goes blank. It's because even though we've been seeing each other, this is the first time we've touched each other in a month. Oh, whoa. Tosaka. I was just like trying to put that in mind, like seeing each other, but haven't touched in a month, like not even like held hands. Like that's so cringe. I try not to blush as I bear the sensation of her touch. I'm joking, but it is true that I am happy, Emiya. Oh, let's go home together after you finish helping out the student council after the ceremony. I'll keep on waiting in my classroom. Tosaka puts emphasis on keep on waiting. What are you saying? Let go of him already. Wait, was that a copy-paste expression from Saber? I mean, I'm pretty sure like she's had that face before, but that looks incredibly similar to the same expression Saber has. Like too similar, not like it's drawn by someone. I don't know. It has nothing to do with you, Ryudo. Excuse us, I am busy as well, since I have to make a speech in your place. Excuse us, I am busy as well, since I have to make a speech in your place, Student Council President. What? Tosaka leaves, leaving behind the footsteps of a victor. What was that about, Emiya? What is your relationship with that fox? Well, it's hard to explain. First of all, I think I told you before that we're acquainted. That was a month ago. I warned you to cut your ties with her. Oh, I get it. Does she hold a weakness of yours? Well, I guess you could call it a weakness. His heart. I knew it. Dang, I cannot let you go now, Tosaka. Consult me, Emiya. Confess, Emiya. We shall give that fox her due punishment. Issei shakes me. Look at the time, Issei. The ceremony's starting. I do not care. The ceremony starts out with a speech from that fox. It shall be mentally good for us to not hear it. The student council president keeps shaking me. Issei is normally calm, but his personality changes when it involves Tosaka. Tosaka must be his natural enemy, but... Sorry, Issei. I'm sorry to let you down, but I can't do anything about Tosaka. She'll beat me instead if I go to beat her. You shouldn't go near her. That is a rare negative comment coming from you. Is the weakness she's holding that bad? I'm struggling so much this episode and I apologize. It's the last one and I'm doing such a terrible job. Unfortunately, so I'm leaving you to take care of Tosaka. I know it's a hard fight, but please do your best. I see. Alright. Do not worry, Emiya. It is for the good of our school. I shall reveal her true identity and overthrow her. She seems to be planning something with all the athletic clubs, but the student council will be ready for her before the next year is out. The real match starts then. The student council president smiles in anticipation. But Issei will be graduating in a year. Huh, neat. The ceremony comes to an end, and the school starts to lose its liveliness. Spring break has started. Most of the students have left with a smile, and the students in the athletic clubs are getting ready for their training camps. There aren't that many students left in the building. All the classrooms are empty, and the hallway is tinted in red. So, you're finally done, huh? Issei makes you help even on the last day. I'm sure that's his way of getting me back. An empty classroom. Tosaka smiles and says so as soon as she sees me coming into the red-tinted Class 2A. Hey, that's because you did that ridiculous thing. I would have been freed a lot earlier if you hadn't gone and said needless things. I complain as I go into the classroom. Why is it so awkward to go into someone else's classroom, even though they all look the same? What? Are you saying it's my fault, Shiro? Half of it is definitely you. Look, you're the one who said we should act as strangers until next year, since everyone would get suspicious. So why did you do such a thing? You don't mind a bit of a running start since this year's over, right? First of all, there are other ways to ignore me. We weren't in a cafeteria or something. We were the only ones there. So at least give me a nod or something. I don't know why she's unhappy, but Tosaka looks away and complains. Is it because of the evening sunlight? Her familiar gesture looks so fresh and cute that I'm fascinated. Man, here, I got this, but do you want it? I show her the orange juice that was distributed among the helpers. Oh yeah, I'll take it. Good, you're considerate about things like this. She receives the juice box and takes a sip out of the straw. She's sitting by the window. She looks down at the campus as if she's watching something bright. I follow her example and look down as I drink. It must be the track team that's running. They sure are energetic running like that when spring break starts tomorrow. Hey, were you on the track team before, Emiya? Then, Tosaka suddenly asks me a strange question. Track team? No, I was always in the archery club. I see. Well, I guess there are times like that. Seeing the setting sun just reminded me. Telling me to forget about it. Was it when he did the high jump? Tosaka continues to drink the orange juice. Hang on, I need to wipe my nose. It's for some reason been so itchy today. I'll forget about it if she wants me to. When she calls me Emiya-kun, Half the time she's going to make a sarcastic remark, and the other half she's going to say something really important. I'm sure in this case, it's the latter. After a month of studying magic under her, I'm finally starting to recognize her habits. But time sure flies by. It's already been a month since the Holy Grail War ended, and you became my apprentice. At this rate, I'm sure a year will fly by as well. It's been a month since Tosaka started teaching me the basics of magic. I've been busy with hard work and Tosaka's malicious nature, but she's right now that I think about it. I just feel like there should have been a comma there. This past month sure went by quickly, so I'm sure a year would pass in a flash. A year, huh? We'll be leaving the school at that time. Yeah, today would be my last time in this classroom. I'll be in a new classroom starting in April. And just like that, I'll be going to a new place in a year. Tosaka holds her knees and looks down from the window. A new place, huh? Well, what will I be doing for a year from now when I graduate? Hang on, I need to grab a foot. I have a little foot cushion because I do so much sitting at my desk, and I needed it because my back was starting to really hurt. Even though I'm sitting up as straight as I can be. What will I be doing in a year from now when I graduate? No, I don't even need to think about it. There's only one thing I must do. I need to make my ideal come true just like he did. And well, there's one other big goal right now, but I don't want to think about it since it's irritating. What will you be doing after you graduate, Emiya? Are you going to succeed your dad? Well, that's true, but I want to become a proper Magus more than I want to succeed my father. I can't boast unless I'm a proper Magus. Oh? And to whom are you going to boast? She smiles as she asks. This. My other goal is to make her admit defeat. It doesn't matter, right? My goal right now is to become a proper Magus, and that's why I'm your apprentice right now. Please give me your best regards for the next year. Oh, you sure are optimistic. You think you can become a proper Magus in a year? I was ready to teach you for 10 years when you became my apprentice. But I see, you're fine with just one more year, huh? 10 years? That's great, but... No, that's not it. That's a really long way ahead. Wouldn't you get tired? Nope. As your goal is to become a proper Magus, my goal is to make you a proper Magus. I have it all planned out in my head. Who knows, you know? I have it all planned out in my head, you know? Shall I write it down and give it to you? Well, that's great, but I guess that's impossible. You're going to succeed your dad, right? Then that means you'll be staying here after you graduate. Yeah, but what are you going to do? Your family supervises this town. You can't leave this town, right? Me? I'll be going to London after I graduate. I got an admission recommendation because of what happened, so I guess they're letting me in without any tests. What? You mean that London? The headquarters of the Magic Association? Yep, there's a limit to what I can do here, so I'm thinking of studying there for about 5 years. I hear that my dad did the same thing, and it's natural to go to the highest institute of education if you want to be a proper Magus, right? I'm stunned. It's so sudden that my head blanks out. It's natural for Tosaka, who's a legitimate Magus. I finally realize the difference in our positions. London, huh? That's a really amazing thing, right? I don't know. It's vexing, but it's not because they approve of my powers. I was only invited because of my dad's achievements and because I'm the last one alive. She speaks casually, but I'm sure it's an amazing thing. But London, huh? That's certainly too far away. My father wasn't in the Magic Association. I'm just like him, and I don't like formal stuff. But you don't have the qualifications to enter in that case. I'm sure they'll test you if I recommend you, but I might be able to move there. I can start working more. I can start working more, study English, save up traveling and living expenses, and find a job there. Oh, I think that was his mental dialogue. I know you're not enthusiastic about going there since the Magic Association is your enemy, but the clock tower has proper equipment, and it's really well suited for training. Oh, but you have to keep your reality marble a secret, so I guess they'll test your basics. Whoa, would 1 year be enough? No, let's say I am able to rent an apartment there. I don't know what kind of place the clock tower is, but I'm sure... No, let's say I am able to rent an apartment there. I don't know what kind of place the clock tower is, but I'm sure Tosaka will get even busier. Then it should be better for me to go there after I become a proper Magus by myself. Yeah, that sounds good. First of all, London isn't suited for me. I bet I'll faint if I go there and it's filled with people like Kodamine. Hey, are you listening to me, Emiya? Were you saying something, Tosaka? Tosaka frowns and shuts her mouth. So, after taking a deep breath, she makes a serious face and... I forgot to tell you, but I'm being invited as the successor of the Tosaka family. In other words, I can get a proper room as a proper Magus. She says something strange. I'm telling you that they approve of me as a proper Magus, so it's not unusual for me to have an apprentice or two, right? There are factional disputes there, so I'm allowed to take at least one of my apprentices. Tosaka sneaks a peek at me. That's... I may be blunt, but I know what Tosaka is trying to say. In a word, yup, I can unconditionally take one follower as an assistant. You won't have to take the test that way, and you'll be exempt from tuition fees. Well, but you'll be in the disadvantaged position, because you'll be a student at the Magic Association without being a part of it. My head resumes its thinking. No, I forced it to start working again. What Tosaka is telling me, I put every cell in my brain to work, to weigh the options I have. I must look funny as Tosaka is giggling. What? I'm not considering going there because you talked me into it, okay? Is that all you want to tell me? Well, I'm going to London. She looks kindly at me. Then Tosaka makes a mischievous expression. So, what will you do, Shiro? She asks me gently with eyes that see through me. My face turns red. Her words and expression blow away my humility and my dislike of the Magic Association. This is what I mean by Tosaka holding my weakness. I can't help it if I fell in love with her. Oh, why go silent now? I haven't heard your answer yet. She keeps smiling mischievously. She knows what my answer is, but she's mercilessly attacking me. To be honest, London is too far away, but I can't imagine myself being taught by anyone other than Tosaka, and I never even thought about parting with her. Most of all, I want to be with Tosaka. Be clear, this is important. Will you still come with me, even if it's as my assistant? She looks up into my eyes. She looks so attractive that I feel my heart will pop out of my mouth. Shut up, you idiot! You idiot! 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 If it's so important, tell me about it in a more appropriate place. I can't answer you when it's so sudden. I don't know what'll happen to me if I keep staring at her, so I look away. I still feel Tosaka's presence. She's happily watching my reaction. Hey, Shiro. What's your answer? She murmurs gently. She's got me beat. Is it this hard to nod and reply honestly? But I can't turn around unless I say it to her. You idiot. Don't ask such an obvious question. I meet Tosaka's gaze and tell her my honest opinion. Her smile broadens at those words. Okay, then please give me your best regards from now on, Emiya. I'm going to train you until you become a proper magus, so prepare yourself. Same to you. I took that seriously. I want to get taught by you until I become a proper magus. Of course, I want to make an honest man and have you lead a happy life. I won't allow you to give up just by getting taken to London. Where did her previous prettiness go? She says so with a daring smile and jumps off the desk. The sunset should end soon. Spring break will end, April will come, and another year should pass by quickly. We will part with the scenery until then. After a year, Tosaka and I will spend our final days of student life here. Let's go home. It'll be a lively dinner at your place today. We leave the classroom without any lingering memories. We can still hear the club's activities from outdoors. The sounds are far off, and they remind me of the sword fight. I can't stay in the same place forever. Tosaka and I will be going someplace different in a year. It should be a while before I find out if it's the right choice or not. I recall that red figure one more time. Neither this classroom nor that fight will change. Everything is the same. Everything is an illusion like a mirage that disappears when one turns around. But I can get there if I aim high. I will surely be able to catch up with his back. I will surely be able to catch up to his back with Tosaka's help. So I'll come up with an answer at that time. The swords that echo far away. By relying on those sounds, I shall eventually reach that place. Walking with the wind blowing on your face, walking towards the future. Busy days with no compass to guide you. After traveling to distant exotic countries, you will return to the place you belong one sunny day. Okay, well. Ooh, I love this. I love credits that are just like, here's just a cool art of everything that happened. I love it. I mean, I guess it's like, for this kind of thing, it's the same as just having moments from like the series play. But whatever. Anyways. Really quick, while this is going, I just want to talk about, like, this. As a whole, Unlimited Blade Works. It's... I'm tempted to say it's my favorite route in general. Like, I loved the Fate route. And I did like the Heaven's Feel trilogy of movies. But it felt a bit rushed. I feel like, because if you think about it, like, a lot of people had complaints about, like, the UBW anime just because they claimed it was rushed. It didn't have all the things in it. And it was like 26 episodes, you know? Whereas, like, the movies only are like half of that time, essentially. Like, and they're beautiful movies, absolutely gorgeous. Like, probably, like, the best animation I've ever seen. Like, it's like, I just love it so much. And even with saying, like, they were a little rushed and it's probably not my favorite route, they're still incredible. I went to see them. I went to see the finale, the final one, twice in theaters. And it was so much fun both times. I loved it. I had to drive like 30 minutes to go see him too. So good. The Zev guy who didn't do anything. So I'm excited to see the visual novel for it, because I'm sure like I'll probably end up liking the visual novel version of it more than the movie trilogy. Which if so, then it's like, I don't know, they're all so close because they all have such different aspects of it that I like. Like, I love the atmosphere of the Heavensfield trilogy. Like, it feels so much more like horror-esque, if that makes sense. Like, they're just like, not necessarily like darker themes, but like, I don't know, it just gives off like horror-filled vibes, and I really kind of like fantastic. Like, the way I describe like my favorite vibes for like a story is like, oh, is it time for me? Answer? Whoa, what was this? What is this? What came and went were distant memories. They were signs that he forgot and cast away, something that cannot be returned. The sparks of the crashing swords, crashing spirits, many dozens of unskilled attacks and defenses. They were clumsy attacks that just tried to deny each other. Why did such a thing revive a worn-out oath? They were impossible attacks. His charging body is covered in wounds. His fingers are broken, his limbs are slashed apart. His breathing has stopped, although the boy does not know it. Even at a rush, his speed is trifling and his attacks are mediocre. Although he has absorbed his combat skills, his techniques are now as clumsy as an amateur's again. His attack is executed haphazardly, but his attack is heavier than any that came before it. There is no superhero. The boy's mind is obliterated by the one who grew to realize that fact more than anyone. The distorted mind should collapse from the stress. It is obvious that the boy will be devoured by his contradiction. But where are the signs of his defeat? He moves his wounded body and steadies his faltering mind, but there is no hesitation in his attacks. His fury is incomparable to before. The boy swings his swords recklessly. The attacks are equally matched. The space is filled with sparks and everything entering it will be cut to pieces. It is the embodiment of their minds that melt together even though they repel each other. The desperate attacks. It is only a dying spark that a man gives off in his last moment. A boy gasps with each attack, almost falls, steadies himself, and attacks yet again. Seeing it, he is confident that his enemy has no power left. The boy in front of him is a corpse, but why is there infinite power in his arms holding that sword? He sees an illusion. It must be because he got bored with seeing someone attacking even though he knows it is useless. The irritation boils up, his most detestable impulse. What did he feel was beautiful and noble? The boy said that he does not want to see people dying meaninglessly. He wanted to save everyone who was in trouble, if they could be saved. It is out of the question. He knows such a wish is just a meaningless hypocrisy. An ideal where others are more important than yourself is an ideal that should never be held. But did he ever not dream that such a life would be wonderful? He cannot hear what his enemy is saying. His enemy's voice is too weak to be heard, but his attacks are fierce. The enemy's hands are already one with the hilt. It must be to fix the sword there, but the impact will go to his body like that. The boy is covered with blood, and he will die if he retreats. For the boy, every attack comes with great pain. The voices are hard to pick up. The boy, who is on the verge of death, frantically opposes the impediment in front of him. He does not need to be told where the boy's motivation is coming from. It is a bad dream. He is shown an old mirror image. He keeps swinging his sword with tearing arms, and the only thing there is a strained yell. There were people that could not be saved, and there was him who could not save them. He saw people dying meaninglessly, and he swore never to let such a thing occur again. There is only one thing that comes and goes through his mind. Things he believes in. Things he believed in. An ideal he swore never to surrender. Something he will never surrender. And so, he realizes that there will be no end to the attacks. This enemy will not stop. The enemy will never stop on his own. Even though the boy is attacking with all his power, he is taking no notice of him. The boy is only trying to slash himself, the one who obstructs himself. His enemy is fighting for the things he believed in and for the things he will keep on believing in. Realizing that, he grits his teeth. The boy keeps challenging. The boy keeps challenging even though he knows he cannot win and that it is meaningless. That is the exact mistake he made. But then why? Why do these eyes keep on staring at him? Another crashing sound. The attack is parried. The enemy that could not block any attack repels the attack like nothing. The mirror breaks. He is not strong. He is not strong at all. He fights, risking his life, looking ugly and miserable, but who in the world can laugh at him? He stops his breath, parrying the oncoming attack, and readies his sword again. A final blow. Will the boy stay standing in spite of all his wounds and strain on his mind? Of course. The boy overcame such limits 10 times. It is obvious that the enemy will not stop even if this attack is blocked. The boy slashes his swords even though he is collapsing. Those eyes. They are looking straight at him. He sees a familiar dream for an instant. Whose dream was that, and who inherited that dream? The boy's voice reaches the empty mind. A single scenery closes in. What an ugly, fanatic goodwill. A beautiful ideal to struggle for. The final blow is coming in, but the man does not watch the sword that is about to pierce him. That is the only thing on the boy's mind. Even if his heart is a fake, the beauty of what he believed in is real. That is something he cannot lie about, and it is the origin of his powers. The boy cries out with a smashed throat that he wants everyone to be happy. Yes, there's no road of retreat, because the daydream is... He has made numerous mistakes. He had no way to atone for them except for hating and killing himself. His hands are covered in blood, and it is something that can never be forgiven. But still, a straight gaze, mistakes and lies, shaking off everything, running on without stopping. The battle ends with a victory. The pain in his chest does not lift up his conviction. As the man hates himself, salvation will never be given. But he earns a small answer. The answer is only for this summoning. It is a meaningless thing that he will forget the next time he is summoned. Aye! Whoa, 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 whoa! But there's nothing to regret. It is something that has already been built up. Something that the boy will build using all his life. There's only one thing coming and going through his mind. There is regret. He does not know how many times he wished to redo things. Heroic Spirit Emiya will forever curse this end. But still, I was not wrong. Is that saying that Heroic Spirit Emiya was not wrong in regretting his actions? Or is that saying that Shiro wasn't wrong? There's nothing to talk about. The boy will remain, and he will leave. The only things that remained are the exchanged blows. The path is long. Relying on the sounds of swords echoing far away, the boy heads for the deserted plains. Fiend. Final route, Heaven's Feel, is now open. Oh, I have chills. We're on the final route. We're on the final route, baby. Yeah, that's exciting. But yeah, anyways. So my favorite, what I was saying, it was my favorite kind of vibe from something is dreary fantasy. or dour fantasy is what I call it, where it's just kind of like very sad, tragic, messed up, terrible fantasy stuff that's simultaneously beautiful and has so much like hope in it, but is like also just depressing the whole time. I describe it like the first like kind of game that comes to mind is like Twilight Princess. That comes to mind immediately because I started playing that a while ago, and it's like it fits that vibe so perfectly. And Fate fits that super well, specifically like I'd say like the original trilogy of just Fate Stay Night, UBW, Heaven's Feel, and Fate Zero all fit that kind of dreary vibe very well. And aspects of FGO does, but I wish it would lean more into that, because I love it when Fate gets dark. Which it does, like, especially in, like, the Lost Belts, I feel. But I just kind of love that kind of vibe, and I feel like Heaven's Feel leans into that vibe more than the other two routes do. So that's why I like the vibe of Heaven's Feel the most, but in terms of story and character and everything, I think that UBW is my favorite, and I think, honestly, Fate might be a close second. And that's just because I like Sakura, but just from the movies and, like, everything else, because, again, I haven't played the route, I like Rin and Saber so much more, and I love Archer, and he gets so much focus in this route. He's one of, like, Shiro, Archer, and Saber are, like, three of my favorite fictional characters of all time. Like, Saber was already kind of up there, and then the Fate route just propelled her even further up that list. And Shiro and Archer are, like, tied way up there. Whenever, like, I even think about, like, who's my favorite fictional character of all time, Shiro and Archer just pop into my head. Because in my brain, like, they cannot exist separate from each other because of UBW. But to talk about, like, this route in general, I think I still prefer the anime version. I'm not gonna lie. But that's because of two main things. One, a lot of people talk about how they don't like Shiro's portrayal in UBW, the anime, because I feel like his survivor's guilt wasn't portrayed very well. But I don't know. From the first time I watched it, that's just kind of the vibe I got from him. Like, it wasn't something that was explicitly stated, and I haven't watched it since I originally watched it, like, 5 years ago now. 4 or 5 years ago now. So I do really want to rewatch it, but I kind of want to wait for the summer, maybe take a little bit of time off from work to just rewatch Fate Zero, UBW, and Heaven's Feel. But I kind of want to wait till I finish the Heaven's Feel route before I do like a big Fate rewatch. You know what I mean? And dude, Ufotable, as soon as you're done with Demon Slayer, like I love Demon Slayer, I love it. For me, season 2 was the hypest show of the year by like it wasn't even close. Attack on Titan Sundays turned into Demon Slayer Sundays as soon as I started watching season 2. So, you know, you could take a few more years on it, finish it up. You know, I hear people are like, yeah, there's only going to be like 2 or 3 more seasons at most. Fate route, please. I mean, granted, they also announced that they were doing a Genshin Impact anime. I need a Fate route anime, man. Done by Ufotable, man. I love it. I love it so much. So I need that. But, like, the main, like, so, like, I didn't have that, like, takeaway from the anime of, like, that decreases its value. And I feel like I kept in the most essential parts while also adding certain things that I loved. Like, for me, I brought this up back when we did the Shiro versus Archer battle, but I way prefer the anime version. Like, in this, it was still really good, but it was hard to not constantly be comparing it to the anime stuff. Just because I love the fact that there was just, like, an entire episode in the anime, almost 2 episodes of the anime of them just fighting in Unlimited Blade Works. There was that great moment of Shiro and Archer kind of going through their memories and how all of that was portrayed, of how, like, they were like, you know the thing, that's hell that you're walking, hey, that's hell you're walking into. Them saying that to each other, like, that whole thing right there might be, like, I don't want to say it's my favorite scene in, like, fiction, but it's close. I love everything about how their fight was executed in the anime. Perfection in my eyes. Like, I don't know if I would change a single thing about it. It's incredible. Again, it's only a fight I've watched, like, once or twice, but the impact it's had on me, like, I can remember it so vividly, and it, like, whenever I think about it, and, like, I listen to, like, Brave Shine, or, like, any of, like, The only problem I have with it is remembering the music exactly, but Brave Shine just fits it so well. I'm pretty sure it was played there, because like whenever that song comes on, it just like the whole thing just plays through my mind of like Shiro getting knocked down, them like going through the memories, him summoning the swords back, and then going in for the final confrontation against Archer. So good, so good. And then I don't want to be mean, but I was really let down by Shiro versus Gilgamesh. That was really not, like, that did not live up to my expectations at all. Like, you know, the first bit was fine, you know, like the round one, I'm going to call it, before they go into Unlimited Blade Works, where it's just kind of Shiro getting knocked around till he summons, what is it? Ryo-Ias? I'm so bad at pronouncing it. And starts blocking all the swords, and then they go into Unlimited Blade Works. Like, that's round one, and then round two is in Unlimited Blade Works, and like, it's, you know, you can't be like, well, it's just words and a few pictures compared to like one of the most beautifully animated fights ever made, and it's like, yeah, but I'm not comparing that. I'm comparing like Shiro versus, I mean, I'm sort of am in saying that I like the fight in the anime better, but I think it's just comparing it to like other fights in Fate. Like, I love the way, like, I thought that the fights were gonna be super boring just because like not all writers in purely text-based fiction, like, I mean, I know that there are some pictures and they do use like the limited assets that they have very well to help emphasize action, but it's like 90% just text. And I think Nasu / the translators of this did an excellent job. Like, I get so excited whenever fight scenes happen. I think that they're all so good and so exciting. Like, maybe some of like the best like written like text-based fights I've read, that sort of thing. So like, I was genuinely so hyped to go into that fight in Unlimited Blade Works, and it just kind of ended. And that whole thing felt very, very fast. Like, in the anime, I'm pretty sure, like, even after the fight, which, you know, was an incredible fight in the anime, there was even, like, a little bit of, like, time, like, I don't know. It allowed itself time to breathe in the anime. Like, everything that happened from, like, fighting Gil, to the thing appearing on Gil, to Gil, like, trying to chain up Shiro and everything. It allowed itself time to breathe. That right there was the first and only time I've ever felt that the visual novel was trying to rush something. It felt so incredibly rushed. I couldn't even. It's insane. I don't get it, because that's the climax. Like, thinking about like back to like the Kodomine, the climax of the Fate route was like so much better handled than that. Like, it had time to breathe. It had the gravitas that a finale to a story that's like this long deserves, you know? Like, regardless of what your like the opinion of is on like Fate, like, if you're going to dedicate like your amount of time, like the amount of time to the story like this, the ending has gravitas because it's ending, you know, and it's huge. Like, imagine, like, regardless of what your opinions are on One Piece, if the One Piece fans go away from, like, say, like, whatever the final battle is, going like, it was really rushed, you know, like, you know that that's a disappointment, because it's like, it's been like over 1,000 chapters, almost 1,100 at this point. When that has its final battle, it's going to have gravitas. It like needs it at that point. And I felt like Shiro versus Gil, none of it was there. But even with that said, to me, like, they're so close, but like, those are just like the two key things in my mind that put the anime over the visual novel. I know a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people love to hate on the UBW anime, even though if you think about it, UBW anime, better adaptation than what like 95% of stories get in general. Like, think about like every manga where the anime heavily deviates from the source material, gets its own anime non-canon ending, or just every series that comes out, animation is just like two PNGs sliding at each other, that kind of stuff. Like, if you compare that to like the amount of work and effort that went into UBW, along with just getting Nasu in on there to help with it all, like, I don't know. I feel like Fate fans are almost spoiled with UBW. Like, the fact that they can look at that and be like, this is a terrible adaptation, it sucks. It's like, okay, yeah. even if you don't think it's a good anime, as an adaptation, I'd say it's better than again, like 95% of what every other show gets. You know? Like, I'm not saying, like, again, that's purely in terms of adaptation, not in terms of, like, the actual quality of the show itself. Because, you know, like, other shows will be like, let's just take, like, again, like, using One Piece as another example because I've already used it. To me, One Piece is my favorite manga of all time, least favorite anime of all time, because the adaptation, the way they adapt it, is horrible. Of adapting a chapter an episode, nothing happens in an episode, and every moment that should hit doesn't, because it's been stretched out so long. Like, I watched the recent episode that had everyone losing their minds of Sanji versus Queen, and like the last like 3 minutes, it's flawless perfection. The 17 minutes before that, I was bored out of my mind. It looked pretty enough, but everything else about the way that the story was handled felt dragged out. Like, yeah, again, the animation was, you know, I mean, it was good. It was good, especially for a show that's been going for almost 1,000 episodes now, straight without break. Like, the fact that they can produce an episode that looks even half that good, and the fact that Wano's consistently looked that great is insane, absurd even. But, like, it's just, like, the pacing was not there. And I would say also, like, the direction of the most of the episode just didn't hit. Like, again, after Demon Slayer, one of the reasons I love it so much is because, to me, it's, like, excellent direction, the cinematography, just to, like, make the way that Demon Slayer is handled in general, and the way, like, for me, UBW and Heaven's Feel are handled is, like, it's one of the few shows where I feel, like, completely engrossed into it while I'm watching it, because of the way it's directed, from the sound to the sound effects to the music to the cinematography. Everything just engrosses me into it. And along with that, especially with Demon Slayer, the pacing is phenomenal. Like season 1 felt a little too slow in the beginning and way too slow at the end, like specifically like the last like 6-ish episodes. Season 2, I was never bored. It didn't matter if it was the 6 episodes action scenes at the end, or if it was the entire first 40-minute episode of just falling, like, not falling action, but like sort of licking your wounds, like just people talking to each other for 40 minutes basically. Never bored for a single moment, because it knew the amount of gravitas, I keep saying gravitas, the amount of attention and the way to perfectly portray every moment. And that's how I feel about UBW. So again, as an adaptation, UBW is better than, like, I'm only saying 95% as a general, as you know, a non-committal kind of term. I'd probably say 99%, just because, again, there are better shows, but in terms of, like, something being elevated by being adapted, or just how it's adapted to the screen, because, you know, a lot of manga especially will just be, like, shot-to-shot recreations, which isn't, like, the worst thing ever, but, like, the way manga is framed is different from an anime, so, like, doing that, you know, for a lot of the time is good, but then they'll also have some awkward moments with it. I don't want to go too much into this anymore, but yeah. That being said, I still loved this. Incredible, absolutely phenomenal. I'm so excited to get into Heaven's Feel. We're going to be taking a small Fate break. We're going to be doing The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, which shouldn't be too long. I think it's only like 6-ish hours. So if there's voice acting and I don't have to read every single line, then we should be done with that in a few weeks, and then we'll be doing Please Be Happy, another visual novel that I absolutely love. I played the demo of it, so good. If you haven't watched that, go ahead and do it. After The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, we're going to be jumping into that, and again, with me not having to voice every single line, it's a lot easier on my voice, so I can record for longer episodes in those. So yeah, we'll also be moving through that faster than I do through Fate. And if I do enough of those fast enough, then we'll be able to have some decently longer episodes for Heaven's Feel. It's just hard, because if I ever fall behind, it's just hard to catch back up with Fate, because again, it just destroys my voice doing it. Like, for too many episodes back to back to back sort of thing, which is the easiest way for me to record things, is just bulk record at a time. So yeah. Hopefully we'll be done, I mean, not done with Heaven's Feel, but starting it hopefully by maybe early to mid-fall. Again, depends on how long Please Be Happy is. I don't know. But yeah, with that all being said, I will see you guys. And if you guys don't watch that, that's totally fine. I know that there are a lot of people who are here just for Fate, and I doubt anyone's even watching to this point. But if you are only here for Fate and you're going to wait till then, thank you so much for watching. This has been absolutely incredible, and we are 2/3 of the way through Fate Stay Night. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.